Hey everyone, it's me, the Horror Samani G. Yes, doing a little makeup live stream here. Last night I was supposed to be on a live stream. Uh, Sorry about that. Got to mute the YouTube feed in there, the one the back feed. Like I was saying last night, I was supposed to be part of a live stream on the Horror Digest channel. It's supposed to be me, Bronco Gigolo, Lisa Loves. I can remember all these guys. Sean Urshan, I think Horror Fanatics MJ. I think there was a couple other people, but unfortunately, due to technical difficulties, unfortunately, he couldn't get the live stream to go. I think they finally got it up, probably like around 8:30, 9 o'clock. I think they did it on Sean Erston's channel, but there were a lot of sound difficulties. So unfortunately, they couldn't get the live stream up. From what I understand, they're going to try to do this again. I think on the 26th. I think Lisa put up a post up on her channel. I will find out more. I'll try to be on that stream depending upon what's happening. Hey, Movie Massacre is in this, whatchamacallem. Yes. So this is my makeup stream on my channel right here. So that's what I'm doing right now. Anybody, I actually sent a link out to here. I see there's Kara. So there's a link I sent on Facebook. So if anybody wants to join me on Queenie's Wolfpack, you just put the link in there so if anyone join me. But I will do something first that a lot of people might not know about. I am a huge WWE fan. What I did last night was I watched Summer Slam with my lovely wife Kelly. I made some predictions, so I'm actually going to do a live prediction results feed right now. I'll tell you how bad or good I did last night on my predictions of Summer Slam. Hey, Sean Urshan. Got some more people in the chat. Welcome. Thank you very much and all. Hey, if you want to ask me some questions about SummerSlam last night, go ahead and put them in the chat. I can see them up there right now. Let's see. How bad or good did I did last night? I believe, there goes Horrific Jim's Nightmare. What's up, fellas? Nice to see y'all in here. Let's see. We had a couple of matches in the kickoff show. And let's see, looks like Cien and Vega defeated Rusev and Lana. So I picked Rusev, so I'm 0 for 1. Not very good at the start of the count. Let's see. Second match was for the Cruiserweight title, in which Cedric defeated Gulak, and now I'm 0 for 2. Not a good start. Not a good start right now. Sean, if you don't know the matches, I think you better not be on here. So I'm about to spoil everything. Okay. Let's see. The third match was the B team defeated the Revival to retain the Raw Tag Team Champions. So I finally now at 1 and 2. For the United States Championship, no, for the Intercontinental Championship, get that right. Seth Rollins defeated Ziggler to become the new IC champion, so that dropped me to 1 and 3. That was actually a decent match, by the way. Really loved it. Those two. I wish they would allow Ziggler to just do something for him because he's such an he's such a decent in-ring performer. I think he would be such an excellent champion if the WWE ever decide to give him a push that he deserves. So I don't know why they don't push him. Let's see. That made me 1 and 3 because I actually picked Ziggler to win. Let's see. The New Day defeated the Bludgeon Brothers by DQ. I did pick the Bludgeon Brothers to win, so unfortunately, hey, Amy, how you doing? Nice to stop by. Thanks everyone for stopping by. Let's see. Like I said, the New Day defeated the Bludgeon Brothers by DQ. So even though the Bludgeon Brothers did still retain the title, I did pick them to win. So they lost the match. So that dropped me to 1 and 4. As typical, Braun Strowman squashed Kevin Owens for the Money in the Bank contract matchup. So he still kept the title. That made me 2 and 4 for the night. In a surprising move, Charlotte Flair won the triple threat match against Charlotte and Becky Lynch which was a highly entertaining match. I was actually very impressed with um, like Carmella's performance in the match. She actually did a pretty good job in the match. Hey, what's up, Steve? How you doing? Hey, Steve, I actually left a link in Facebook, so if you want to come on, come on. Let's see. So to win the matchup, and I was highly disappointed because I actually wanted Becky Lynch to win the matchup, and unfortunately, it was very terrible how that went. I was very disappointed in that, and not surprisingly, after the two term, but even though all the fans screamed, Becky, Becky, you deserve it, you deserve it. So I don't know if it's supposed to be a heel turn or not. Well, I guess we'll know when SmackDown airs on tomorrow night, whether or not the WWE is going to make her a full heel turn or not. Let's see. For the WWE World's Heavyweight Championship, that's what I will always call it. Samoa Joe won by disqualification. And I guess it ended what you expected. I know the next pay-per-view is going to be Hell in a Cell, so it wouldn't surprise me if they were to do a Hell in a Cell match between AJ Styles and Samoa Joe. But Samoa Joe's did win, so that made me 3-5 for the night. Let's see. And a great matchup great rivalry between The Miz and Daniel Bryan. Unfortunately, The Miz won. Unfortunately, he actually cheated. With a typical heel style fashion, Maurice was there and she gave him brass knuckles and he sucker punched Daniel Bryan when Daniel Bryan was about to do a decent move, and The Miz got the pin. But I expect that feud will continue probably in Hell in a Cell. We'll probably see a Hell in a Cell matchup between those two. Let's see, for the United States Championship, in a very surprisingly match, Shinsuke Nakamura defeated Jeff Hardy to retain the United States Championship. From what I understand, both Jeff and Matt Hardy are suffering some very injuries. They might take an extended leave, so I guess that's the reason why Shinsuke won. It was a pretty good match. It could have been better, but they're both the Hardys are sustaining injuries. Randy Orton came out and was about to do something to Jeff, but he decided to hightail it back. I mean, don't know what that purpose is, but that brought me to that was a no loss on my column. And as I predicted, Finn Balor came as the Demon and does easy wax the floor with Constable Baron Corbin, and easy got the pin. So that made me get another one. That made me where am I at? 4-6. Actually, no, 4-7. Ronda Rousey, no doubt about it, is way over with the WWE, and no doubt about it that she would win the Women's Championship, and a very dominating match against Alexa Bliss. She is now the woman, became the first person to have won the UFC Championship and the WWE Championship. Very impressive for Ronda Rousey. I think she will have a very successful career in WWE. Now it's time to give her some competition because right now she's squashing everybody. But I guess it's how you want to build her because she's a very dominant woman. So I guess it's how you want to build her. So hopefully next time that when she comes in, she'll just somebody will give her some competition. Let's see, and I'm pretty sure which no one really was interested in at all. The so-called beach ball matchup was Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. Now, this was pretty interesting. Braun Strowman came out and said that whoever's going to win the match, he's not going to cheap shot them like most people have done with the Money in the Bank contract. He was going to stand there, wait for to see who's going to win, and then he was going to challenge them, cash in his whatchamacallit, and challenge them after they win the match. Now, it started off very physical, as you expect, between these two, as Roman Reigns, I think he did like 3 or 4 Superman punches, and then Brock Lesnar, he tried to give him a spear, but Brock Lesnar got him in a guillotine hold. It carried on for about a good 10 minutes before all of a sudden Roman Reigns dove and hit Braun Strowman by accident, and then Lesnar just went to town on Strowman, gave him the F5 at the whatchamacallit. Hey, Dino, what's going on, Dino? Nice to have you here. He gave him he threw the Money in the Bank contract all the way up the ramp, gave Strowman an F5 on the whatchamacallit, but he took up so much time that that Reigns gave him a spear and won the championship. And there was also, hey, there is Steve.
How are you?
What's going on, Steve? Thanks for joining.
Oh, no problem. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. I just finished up my results show. I actually did fair. I went 6 and 7.
Okay. I'm afraid that I bailed on WWE product about a year, maybe 2 years ago.
Not a John Cena fan?
Not a fan of the product as it is, period. I mean, it has its good points and bad points. I mean, the WrestleMania before last, the opening match between AJ Styles and Shane McMahon.
That was actually a pretty good matchup. But Shane actually is a pretty good. He does risk his body because he's done some insane stunts.
Well, yeah.
In the WrestleManias.
But the match was tight.
Mm-hmm.
It was full of high spots, but nothing. But it didn't consist solely of high spots. Mm-hmm. They had some good wrestling in there, had some good moments, and it left a pretty high bar for that WrestleMania starting out. And then it went to the tired old weekly bullshit from Kevin Steen and Chris Jericho at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Which was they were doing that crap every week on Raw, every week. So when you put that same garbage on especially following that opening match, it was such a down note.
Yeah, because sometimes that's why I understand their booking. Sometimes it's like you put on a good match like that, and then you come back and you do like Elias came on and last night, and he did his usual stock, and he was about to sing a song, but then his guitar broke. Now, no, if that was something that was staged or not be staged.
I don't know. Did they gimmick a guitar to break? Did he pick up a gimmick guitar by mistake, or did he just not know how to do his business?
It was rather funny. It had me cracking up laughing.
I mean, it's not like back in the day when The Rock would play an out-of-tune guitar and sing equally out of tune. When he would serenade people like Vicky Guerrero on the way out, on her way out. But yeah, I mean, and that WrestleMania, it was like, okay, we see the culmination of basically a horror movie storyline between Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt during that WrestleMania. And the match was just lackluster. It was all a build up. I mean, the cinematics and the storyline were good, but the actual wrestling match itself was not.
Yeah, I know. I like what they tried to do because they actually had a camera at the center of the ring, and then you see creepy images flash on the ring itself.
Right.
So I actually thought that was pretty good effect right there. But it didn't do anything to make
it didn't make the match any interesting. It's like, okay, just switch back to the above cam so I can see what weird crap you're going to put on the visual that you got rigged into the wrestling mat itself.
Yeah, so I really don't know how it came off live.
I don't know how it came off live. I think they were watching monitors.
Yeah, unless they were watching
Lotrons.
Yeah, because I know at the live matches that Kelly and I go to, they have monitors there. So I don't know if they did above camera shot at the time when they were going to flash, and I'm pretty sure they had to in order for them to get a reaction out of the live audience.
Right.
So they probably had to do that.
Well. And the Roman Reigns, and I'm so sick of Roman Reigns. And the reason I'm sick of Roman Reigns doesn't really have anything to do with Roman Reigns. Okay, that's the thing. It's got nothing to do with Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is being pushed as a babyface on an audience, an entire universe, in fact, that does not want him as a babyface and does not like him, perhaps at all. But definitely not as a babyface. And that really I mean, just to be constantly shoved out there and to have the kind of heat that goes with being a heel, but to not be a heel and to not play off that and to not go with that and just, flip birds at the crowd or whatever. He can't do that. He has to be the good guy, even though the entire arena, the entire stadium, the entire anywhere he's wrestling hates his guts and doesn't want him there. And then on top of that, he basically he wrestled the Undertaker, or he wrestled what was left of the Undertaker.
He left. Yeah, that was a horrible matchup.
And Taker looked like somebody had beat the crap out of him right before he went out. He got winded so fast. And it's like, this is just sad. This is sad because the Undertaker used to be able to wrestle pretty good, but he's an old man now.
Yeah, he's over 50.
He's an old man, and he doesn't need to be doing this anymore, except maybe as a special attraction or as a special guest. That's my opinion. But you can't have him come out at a WrestleMania card and he basically looks like he was jogging a marathon before he got there, and he's only taken 3 bumps. Yeah, Roman's there, and everybody's boo because they hate Roman Reigns. And I was like, this is just sad. You got a guy that everybody hates who is scripted to win against a guy that everybody loves, but looks like shit. And I'm sorry, I was very disappointed in that match.
Yeah, I was disappointed in that too. But I was saying, like, I wonder what they're going to do. It's like the Undertaker. I said, I figured that what really surprised me was when they finally let the Undertaker lose after that 20-0 streak, and he lost to Brock.
The breaking of the
breaker. That came out of nowhere.
It was to put over Brock.
Yeah, I know. That's why I figured. I said it had to be a reason for that, because they had to put over Brock because they wanted to have him this beast mentality. So I guess it's the reason why they did it. But I thought they would never let the Undertaker lose at WrestleMania.
Here's the thing. Brock sucks at UFC.
Yeah.
Okay? He sucks. My grandmother is better at UFC than Brock Lesnar. That don't mean I can take him in a fight, but I'm pretty sure my grandmother can.
But how did, because I don't follow UFC, but how did he win the belt?
Well, again, they positioned, just like boxing, they positioned lesser contenders against him. The only thing, it used to be the only thing, like UFC used to be the new wrestling promotion. They would use the same promotion techniques. They'd use the same performance techniques. They'd use the same marketing that wrestling used to use. And the only thing that was actually legitimate was what went on in the octagon, what went on in the ring. But that's called into question these days. So now it is basically a wrestling promotion. It's just under the guise of MMA. And Lesnar sucked. And he kept going back to WWE because he'd have to do less work and make more money. So he could stay home and stare at Sable and go jerk off in cornfield or whatever he does. Little farm boy. and get paid vast sums of money to have a championship that he barely defends and barely shows up unless he's defending it. And, but the benefit is he's got Paul Heyman. I don't like Paul Heyman. I think he's
Paul Heyman. He was great, especially the last 2 weeks. Right. He was just great. He's such a.
There is never a doubt about Paul Heyman's skill on the mic. He has earned that. He cuts promos like you wouldn't believe and has done so for decades. The fact that he is not diminished in his skill at talking shit is really remarkable, because at some point, even the best will lose a little bit here and there. But Paul Heyman is not. That said, he's a lying sack of monkey shit, and I've never liked him. All right? This is not like he's a heel. It's like, okay, I know what you did to the guys in ECW when you were running that shit show. No, I don't like you, Paul.
It's an interesting fact because you want to know how ECW started. It was actually started. I don't know if you ever heard about. I can't remember his name. His name escapes me, but it was
Terry Funk was one of the founders of that.
Yeah.
Promotion.
Something Goldman. There used to be a radio show called Lassen Radio back in Philadelphia about way before maybe the late 80s. Right. It was these two radio hosts, and then I think it was Neil Goodman, and he eventually started
I have an internet connection, obviously. I'll just look it up.
And he eventually created a wrestling promotion called Eastern Championship Wrestling. As Joe Goodhart, that was his name. Joe Goodhart, that's his name.
See, Todd Gordon, Extreme Championship Wrestling was founded in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in 1992. And in 1993, Paul Heyman took over the creative end of the promotion from Eddie Gilbert and rechristened it Eastern Championship Wrestling, from Eastern Championship Wrestling to Extreme Championship Wrestling.
Yeah, because Joe Goodhart, he eventually, because I forget the other, because it was him and his lady, I think her name was Carmella.
Joe Goodhart.
Yeah, Joe Goodhart.
Yeah, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert was the booker.
Mm-hmm. Dino!
Hey, only got a few minutes, but
hey, nice.
I just got to jump in and say, Steven, what the frick? Is there anything you don't know? I'm doing a Mama's Family stream next week, so can you join me?
Sure.
Okay.
Now, do you want Mama's Family from the Family Sketch from Carol Burnett, or do you want the actual show?
Both are fine.
Both are fine? All right, cool.
You are cracking me up. I mean, the walking encyclopedia. Oh, my God. But hey, Monty, I'm sorry. I had to jump in here.
Yeah, that's okay. Hey, I appreciate you jumping in. Yeah.
I would stay around longer, but yeah, stuff's going on. So, but
hey, I know the feeling, man. I know the feeling.
Aye.
Yeah, because like I said last night, I was supposed to be on the stream last night with Hard Digest and Lisa Loves and Bronco Juggalo and all those, but unfortunately they had technical difficulty, couldn't get the stream on. And
well, they went over to they were on Sean's too.
Yeah, they were on Sean's channel. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but I had to watch Summer Slam last night, so I tried to wait as long as I could.
No, all the love to you, man. With that, I'm like Steven. I've actually I stopped watching in the '80s, so I haven't.
I got back into it very briefly.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, and it was very briefly, because then I bounced right back out of it when it turned into garbage again.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's entertainment for some. I get it. I really do. I mean, Monty, you love it. You know, more power to you. It's just it's not for everybody. You know what I mean?
I know. It's not for everybody at all.
It's an interesting dynamic, professional wrestling, because it's part stuntman, part athlete, part actor.
Right.
Part businessman in some cases.
Exactly, all of those, you know, not to diminish their athleticism. And I mean, you mentioned Brock Lesnar going into the UFC.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like, I mean, CM Punk went into UFC.
Yes.
He got his ass kicked.
But they said, oops, I better get back over there somehow. Although they still show up in the audience trying to egg people on here, like, give me a shot. You know, they think they're going to get some money that way, but yeah, no, it's not going to work. They'll get their butts beat. So yeah.
Hey, what's up,
it is what it is.
Queenie just joined the chat.
No,
so it's
she just got back from the store.
For me, I grew up watching the old NWA, the old Jim Crockett promotions in the places that we moved to and stuff. And very briefly, World Class down in Texas, which was the Von Erichs.
Yeah.
So that was like 70s, 80s, right up until the late 80s, early 90s. Because I remember World Championship Wrestling when it was the name of the show that came on TBS and not the name of the promotion itself.
Yeah, that's what it was called. Yeah.
I've just always been into because I grew up my whole life. From the teens, I was boxing and little Rocky Marciano's gym down here in Cleveland, growing all the way up until this day. I still do. I trained right next with Stipe Miocic, heavyweight champion who just lost, but you know, defended it like 4 times. 4 times he defended it. So, but me and my son both did the same thing. So I grew up doing all the actual really hardcore stuff. So, you know, I just never got into that niche. You know what I mean? It's so that's that's all. I mean, it's entertainment. It was great fun in the 80s with Hulk Hogan and them. It really was. They were very entertaining, but I lost it after that. But
it was a cartoon by the time the 80s came along. And
Isn't the Miz? What is the Miz in? I mean, he was like came from MTV.
Yeah, he was.
He was part of a reality show.
Yeah, he was actually on what was that reality show? Oh, The Real World. That's where he got started.
Right. He's from right here in where I'm at in Parma.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of funny in Ohio here. So it's
so if you see him, smack him for me.
It's funny because his brother would always work out at another gym that I would frequent, but he would always work out there, and he looked just like him in the face. And I'm like looking at him going, "Yeah,
are you the Miz?
Exactly.
You the Miz?
Everybody would ask
because whether or not you get your face cracked open depends on your answer."
But anyways, hey, hey Munster, I see you there. But Monty, thanks. I'm sorry I interrupted the show and stuff.
No. Hey, look, that's why I put the link out. If anybody wants to come and join. Yeah.
But I jump on.
See, the thing is, like, when I grew up, they didn't have scripts. They had a booking committee. They figured out what direction they wanted to push what wrestler. But the wrestlers themselves had to cut the promo, as the term goes, to get people's butts in the seats.
Yeah, that's how it was.
And whether or not they succeeded,
how they got their money,
that depended on how good they could talk, or if they couldn't talk, how good their manager could talk, and how good a performer they were in the ring. You really had to know what you were doing and do the job. Yeah,
like you said, businessman, athlete, all that stuff. I mean, back then it really meant something.
It really was.
They had to make their money, you know.
Yeah,
so
you did, because that's why if you weren't careful, you wind up being like the Mulkeys and be a damn ham and egger jobber for the rest of your career.
Well, yeah, their agents were in the bar getting drunk, so you know it's like.
Well, I mean, to be fair,
do his own work.
To be fair, they weighed $105 combined, and they looked like the Winter Brothers had put on tights and decided to wrestle. So. Like, I don't want to beat up Johnny Winter. I really like his guitar playing.
That's funny.
Yeah, look, Marty
have me on next time for a horror stream when you get there. No, I got stuff to do. Otherwise, I would hang too. So,
all right, no problem, Tino. Thanks for coming in.
Okay, later, guys.
All right,
get easy.
Marty asked me a question. He said, "Did I watch the god awful Legends of Wrestling?"
And you want to get god awful, you get into the wrestling crossovers into pop culture. Like when you see WWE and a Scooby-Doo, it's time to call it a fucking day. And I am not joking.
Oh no, they've done it. They've done the Scooby-Doos. They've done the Flintstones. I think they did the Jetsons.
Where'd you go, Deacon? Did you have a malfunction?
Yeah, I saw him come in, but then he dropped off. Maybe he got tired of wrestling talk.
No, he wouldn't do that.
No, must have had a malfunction.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the Legends of Wrestling. I've seen so much wrestling crap.
About the legendary superheroes or whatever that shit was that they did in the early 70s, early to mid 70s. Give or take.
Excuse me.
It's all right. You go ahead and burp in my ear.
My bad. I didn't mean to do that, Steven.
Yes, you did. You did it in my ear.
Yeah.
I got an ear full of burp.
Hey, you lucky that was just a burp and not a fart.
But you flatulated me. I'm going to stand for their disrespect. My father used to do to me. He'd lock me in the closet and he'd fart on me.
What you doing? What your father doing? Farting on you? What the fuck is that?
That was, well, he didn't spank me. That was his punishment. Lock me in the closet and he'd be in there with me, and he would eat these giant bratwursts and a lot of onions, and then he would fart all the damn near shit on me.
Oh man, that just sounds like it stinks.
Not only did it sound terrible, it was horrible to smell.
I can imagine that.
He took a fart and he farted on me, and it was the kind of fart that could peel the paint off a Foot Locker. It was the kind of fart that would end most marriages. That's why he did it in the closet with me.
Ugh.
It was terrible. It was horrible. Don't ever do that again.
Yeah, one of the things I was going to talk about after the wrestling was I'm pretty sure you've seen all the bad reviews about Slender Man.
I don't care anymore. Here's the thing for me. Now, for me, this is like a YouTube and an internet thing in general. When you got hundreds, if not thousands, of sources trying to cash in on one thing, it kills my enthusiasm for it. There's
hey, Deacon.
Hello. I think I'm alive.
There you are.
Thanks for coming in.
And the thing is, like, Slender Man, well, I'm not even going to put that on Slender Man. Channel Zero's Campbell Cove, season 1 of Channel Zero, got my hopes up so high for creepypasta adaptation, proper creepypasta adaptation.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they took a lot of liberties because they have an entire season to fill on Channel Zero. So I understand that dynamic. But Slender Man, you could have done better and not fucking sucked and not did what every goddamn Hollywood producer in fucking suits sitting in an office somewhere does with a property. You could have done this right, but you didn't.
Oh,
and not only didn't you do it, I had to hear everybody fucking talk about it when it was going to come out. Then I heard everybody talk about it when it came out. And now I'm hearing everybody talk about it sucking so bad. So now I get fucking buried in reviews and opinions, and the movie ain't even worth a fuck. And I know why, because I worked in the film industry for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
It's some fucking suit that read a demographic or had an idea, and that's even fucking worse. Some fucking Harvard Business School graduate doing coke off a fucking
Nightmare Files. Thanks for dropping by.
Off an assistant's dick somewhere, suddenly gets an epiphany about how to make a horror movie and makes the same bland, mediocre bullshit that got cranked out the fucking month before. Only this time, it's got Slender Man in it. But the problem is now they're going to look at Slender Man and go, well, that's not going to work as a movie. Well, it does if you keep Skeezix the cokehead away from it.
What's going on, Ben?
See, I think if they were going to make a Slender Man movie, then they would have been better off blending reality with fiction, taking the actual case where Slender Man was used as the defense and mixing it with a little bit of the actual fantasy of Slender Man.
Hey, Beth. Thanks for stopping by.
I think that would have worked if the key story was that the crimes that took place that were quote unquote inspired by Slender Man.
Yeah, because the two girls that stabbed their friend, said that they thought Slender Man was real, and they figured that if they offered Slender Man to their friend, they get to stay in his mansion.
Oh, my girl's ex was talking shit about 3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
He was trying to tell his kids that Slender Man's real. He saw him in the woods. Like, he's real. I saw him in the woods, and I almost didn't make him. Good thing I had my K-bar knife. I'm like, you stupid fucking redneck.
Yeah, that's terrible.
And he's sitting there. He's like, he's trying to impress his kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting there going, and they're buying into it because, you know, that's their dad. So
yeah,
you're like, oh, dad wouldn't lie to me. Yeah, he does. He lies to you all the fucking time.
See,
but I can't say that. I gotta be nice. But I'm standing there, and my girl's like nudging me. She goes, "He told me that story too, and I don't know if it's true or not. I was like, it's not. He said, what do you mean? I said, I know Eric Knudsen. I've had 3 business deals with him. I mean, they all went to shit because I didn't have any money to adapt Slender Man to what I was trying to do. But he and I are on fairly friendly terms. I know the guy that made Slender Man up.
Mm-hmm.
I met the guy. It's like, I know the dude that made this shit up, and I know you're full of shit, but I'm trying not to make you look bad in front of your kids, even though you are looking bad in front of your kids if they knew this. So it's like, okay, there's some people that think this
old fart. What's up, man? Thanks for stopping by.
Old fart.
Yeah.
You calling an old fart?
Well, it's like.
Oh, is that guy's name? That's the username?
Yeah.
Why you call yourself old fart? I mean, you did expect that people would call you that.
Old fart.
Because old fart. Okay, so you're 62 years old and you're an old fart. You do understand how the internet works, right? Old fart, 62. I'm just goofing.
I think he can call himself Nurse Groper 62.
Nurse Groper? No. We don't know. Stupid. No. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't give them ideas to go out and change their name to like Nurse Groper or Puppy Fucker 33 or whatever. Don't do that.
Yeah, those are terrible names.
You don't need that.
No. But here's the problem I have with movies like Slender Man and the Bye Bye Man, because you have these suits and they think that only teenagers go to horror movies.
They don't.
And they don't. They don't research anything.
Most of them don't. That's the fucking thing. Most teenagers don't go to horror movies. They wait for the shit to come on Netflix, or they get a pirated copy, or they do a BitTorrent. Because they're young and they know how to do that shit. Mm-hmm. They don't go to the theater, you morons.
But for some reason, they think that teenagers go to see horror movies. So we can't go there. We can't make a horror movie R because it's going to scare the shit out of them. You know, God forbid.
That's the point.
That's the whole point. I mean, God forbid if somebody
scare me.
I mean, it's like
that's its fucking function. It's supposed to scare me.
Yeah, it's like if I see somebody get shot with a shotgun, I expect to see blood. I expect to see brain matter, not some green weird shit. That when the first part of the Bye Bye Man comes on, and the guy he's going to shoot people, and he shoots this woman point blank range. Now instead of seeing nice blood splatter and some brains on the wall, we get some green shit. Because unfortunately, it's rated PG-13.
Look,
and
R works.
Mm-hmm.
R works. Disney was like, we must make everything PG and PG-13, and then fucking Deadpool came out R, and it worked.
Yep.
And they went, oh, I don't know about this, and then they put together Logan, and Logan was R, and it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
And it was R. And it worked. And then suddenly Disney went, okay, I guess we can put out R-rated products. That's right, because most of the kids are watching SpongeBob, which has fuck all to do with your shit. So you don't have to do PG and PG-13 stuff anymore. You are a movie studio. You can make actual movies now.
That's right.
And it's not just superheroes. You can do other stuff too. I mean, granted, you will always do the animated stuff, and you basically cut the nuts off of Pixar and turned it into one of your god-awful sequel factories. Jungle Book didn't need a fucking sequel.
Oh, you know they made another one called Mogwai.
Mogwai, that's Gremlins.
No, not Mogwai. Mowgli, Mowgli, that's what his name is.
Mowgli, Mogwai are the little furry fuckers that will become gremlins if you don't listen to Key Luke.
Well, I saw the trailer. I said, wait a minute, did we just had a Jungle Book movie last year? A live action?
We did. We had a live action version of an animated movie. And I'm like, why in the fuck is this a thing?
So
leave my cartoons alone. This is actually more expensive to make than a cartoon, you idiots.
So why are we getting another Jungle? It's like, oh no, it's not called the Jungle Book. It's called the whatchamacallit. I said, no, it's the goddamn Jungle Book. I don't care what you call it.
Is that Baloo? Is he singing a fucking song? Then this is the Jungle Book. You're fucking up. Don't fuck up anymore. You gotta sit there and just point your finger out. Don't fuck up anymore. I'm tired of your shit. There's a lot of you who shit I am tired of, and you're one of them. Tired of you shit.
Yeah, sure, Marty. I put a link up in the chat. Just jump in if you want to come in, Marty.
B-side records. Studios need to quit being scared and just give us what we want. R-rated films. Good stories is what we want. And most of the time those are R-rated.
Yes.
So that's what we want.
Yeah, in order to get into the nitty-gritty guts of a story, in order to explore every aspect of it and to draw you into it, you need to be submerged. And for that, you do need R ratings for blood, violence, explosions, or even sinister intent.
Sinister intent. That is a British rating right there. Sinister intent. Rated SI for sinister intent.
I mean, that was the whole purpose of the PG rating because, again, and this is why I don't understand. You're going to see a movie called Gremlins. It's not fucking E.T.
No.
And it's not E.T. For some reason.
Watch your language on your channel. I am the riffraff that curses. You watch your language.
and the parents, because you knew there was something that's going to happen with these gremlins. I mean, that's why they're called gremlins. So unfortunately, when the gremlins came after midnight, they changed. They scared half the kids away, and the parents got pissed off about it. It's like, well, this is not E.T. What do you expect? It's just like Silent Night, Deadly Night.
I remember all the bullshit that went along with that. Fucking little parents groups and stuff. Calling up, kids are gonna think that's really Santa Claus. Did you ask your little booger gobbler what the fuck they actually think, or did you just assume? Yeah. Because most of us kids, we were talking about it when we saw the ad on TV, and we're like, why is a guy dressed like Santa Claus murdering people? We didn't think it was Santa Claus. Because Santa Claus doesn't go around killing people with an axe. We know that.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Krampus.
We're not. I don't even think he uses an axe. But yeah, true. Now the whole thing is like, we're gonna set aside the fact that Santa Claus ain't real, and that you are fighting real hard to maintain some bullshit so you can control your children for a couple of months and make them behave, threaten them with no Santa presents. All right, we're gonna skip all of that and just stick to the fact that the bullshit you told us doesn't match what's in the fucking ad on TV. We know Santa don't murder people, so we're assuming it's some dude dressed like Santa. That's what we, the kids, were thinking. But the parents didn't. The parents got up in arms about how their little bullshit fantasy was being compromised by a low-budget Canadian horror movie. That's what I think Porky's came from, is Bob Clark's revenge for dealing with all that bullshit he had to deal with Black Christmas. How dare you make it about Christmas? It happens during Christmas.
Yeah, the thing that makes me laugh, though, is everybody was up in arms. Well, some people were up in arms about that movie. And yet when the TV series Futurama did the entire Killer Santa robot skit, everybody loved it.
That's because by that time it was the 90s.
Yeah.
And people quit giving a fuck. Like back during the early 80s, everybody just had to give a fuck. To the point that it was almost a hobby.
Yeah.
You had parents groups, you had watchdog groups, you had all this shit trying to protect the children. And then these protected children grew up to have children of their own that later went around shooting their fellow students. So maybe they shouldn't have been protected from the fake fucking Santa in the horror movie that they're technically not supposed to be watching anyway because it was rated R.
I mean, it's like I said in my review of Silent Night, Deadly Night. It's like, first of all, it's rated R. So you know you're not supposed to bring kids. It's not marketed toward kids. It has nothing to do with Santa Claus at all. Right. So that's the first problem. The second problem is, if you don't want to see the movie, then don't take your kids to go see it. It's not meant for kids. It's rated R for a reason.
Right.
I mean, come on now. Cats have got them common sense.
No, they're not gonna. They're not gonna. Quit. Look, stop the fucking call for common sense. Very few people actually have it.
Yeah, I know.
So just stop pretending like that's a thing everybody should have.
Yeah, because we still live in a world where you've got parents of young children who have every toxic chemical known to man that can clean anything within their reach every goddamn day.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people do not have common sense.
No, they don't. Yeah, I deal with like half of them in a day when I'm at work. It's like, what do you mean you don't know? You do this every day. How can you not know to do this? It's simple stuff.
No, they don't. Don't even act like they will.
See, if they're going to be like that, I think you should start getting coloured Post-its and just put your Dory on it and then just start sticking it to all their desks. You've forgotten what you're doing. Your Dory.
Your Dory. Your Dory. You have the attention span of a fish with brain damage. And that's why I'm not talking to you anymore. So,
that's why you get the simple jobs. All you've got to do is push this button when that light turns on.
Plug the plug in. Unplug the plug when you're told. If you can't manage that, we can't use you.
Just remember which hole the plug goes into. It goes into the one in the wall, not one on you.
If you stick the plug up your ass, you're fired. If you stick it in any other orifice, you're also fired.
Although it does bring new terminology to butt plug.
Not really. There are people that have done that. I've seen the x-rays.
People are stupid.
Yes, like the guy that had a Coke bottle and a hanger shoved up his ass. Now, here's the thing. Here's the bullshit he told the people at the emergency room. According to the book I saw. He's reported as saying he fell on the bottle.
He fell on the bottle?
He fell on the bottle in the shower.
Yeah, right.
And it went up his ass. And he tried to get a coat hanger in there to pull it out. And he failed on both tasks. So his kinky sex night, we're not gonna pretend his bullshit is true. His kinky sex night went horribly wrong and ended up with a trip to the emergency room. So, yeah.
Well, it was Coca-Cola, so he must have been really excited.
Well, that's the first time anybody's ever been that excited over a Coca-Cola. I'm a Sprite man myself.
I'm a monster.
That's
a monster drinker.
I like root beer and Dr. Pepper.
Root beer, proper root beer.
Banning all fist fights, guns, hootings?
Shootings.
I assume you mean shootings. And people dying in cartoons back in 1969. They did that a lot. Yeah. In fact, even in the 80s, they were doing that here in the States because G.I. Joe had lasers. Just so they didn't have firearms, you could see the actual damage. They would get zotted and the kids would just go, oh, he's been hit with a stun ray or some shit.
Yeah, see, even in England and America, they're doing that with animes. They're editing them so they're getting rid of smoking, guns, and stuff like that. So people can watch it, but they're not getting the same thing.
Bebop is so fucked. Among other things. Basically, most of the anime I would want to watch would never air.
No, I can't understand that.
Because I would watch, horror and film noir influenced anime and stuff.
Like Hellsing.
Yeah. Something like that.
Or Assassination Classroom.
Right. Man, there's no. Why haven't they tried to remake Golgo 13 in the next 5 minutes? The Professional. Golgo 13. I remember that shit.
And we have a Shattered Perfection saying, hey,
Jessica.
Hey, what's up, Jessica?
Hello, Marty.
Marty!
Hey,
what are you doing, Marty?
Hi, listening to you crazy bastards. That's what I was doing.
Why don't you have a life, Marty?
Because it's so expensive.
I do have a life. I listen to you, Steve.
That's not a life. That is not a life.
No, we live to listen to you, Stephen.
Why?
We don't really have a choice, Steve.
You don't have a choice? Are you that pathetic that I am the best you've got?
Yeah.
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 Ah, fuck. That's so sad. That's so sad.
Monty, I'm actually kind of shocked you didn't hear about Legends of Wrestling or Heroes Wrestling. It was on in a casino, a boat casino in 2001, and it was this company that had never done any kind of form of wrestling kind of show before, and they ended up getting a load of fucking has-beens. It's
probably why I never heard about it. If they had a bunch of has-beens.
Yeah. They were has-beens, but they weren't unknown. There was obviously there was Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik. There was Butch and Luke, formerly known as the Bushwhackers. None of them were allowed to use their actual names.
That's because those are copyrighted and trademarked.
Yeah. There's Queenie. There's my Queenie.
Hey, Queen.
Oh,
Hello.
hi. How's it going, boys?
Hi, everybody.
They're all good.
You don't need to look at my mug. I'm ugly today.
No, you're not.
No,
Oh,
you're
wait.
not ugly.
I'll show you my new glasses. You want to see my new glasses?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, hold on.
Sure.
Run now.
Ben says run. They're adorable. Look at them.
Wow.
Right?
Oh, proper
Oh, yeah.
ramble.
Okay,
I'm
Delia
fancy.
Deets.
I'm fancy. Fuck you, Delia Deeds. Right? I'm older than she is. Fuck that.
No, you're about as old as she was in the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
So I'm like adult Lydia?
Haven't you ever heard the story? As a kid, we all wanted to be Lydia, and then we grew up and realized that we were actually Delia.
Yeah, I'm Delia now. This is so Delia. Like, come on.
All right, great. That means that our agent is going to tell us one day your art has never sold because it's terrible.
Yeah, that sounds like me.
I'm quitting your service.
I'm a tortured artist. I think I qualify.
Nah. Now, if you were a YouTuber, you would qualify.
Uh-huh. I wonder, am I a YouTuber?
We'll ask you.
I don't know.
We'll ask
I
you
don't know.
too.
Ask YouTube, what am I? Tell me who I am.
Okay, you are a meat popsicle.
Yes, I am.
Negative.
Look at
I am
my-
a flesh bag.
All right, you can be a
I
flesh
am a
bag,
monster.
little special flesh bag. Can't be a meat popsicle.
We're all special meat bags, right?
Hey, how's
Every
this, Marty?
one of us.
Is this what you do instead of listening to the radio or reading a book?
Hell
Listen to
yeah.
this shit?
I was disappointed with books. Oh, you say that?
I was disappointed with books. There's
I
no
went.
You're disappointed with reading.
I went to my local library, returned the last books that I took out last time, asked which ones are left on the list that I haven't read. They work on donations, so they don't have a big selection. And after 24 years, I have now read every academic book they had.
Wow,
I'm-
exciting.
I've run out of books.
I have no books
Read
left to
too
read.
much.
Is it a small library?
No, it's quite
Yeah.
a big one. It's
Well, if they had one book, that means the library would have to close.
Mhm.
I've been reading 2 books a week for 24 years now.
You're like that weirdo I knew when I was a kid who wanted to read the Encyclopedia Britannica from cover to cover, from one volume to the right up to the end.
Tried that, but they don't have the full encyclopedia.
No. But let's see. My son wants you all to know that he rode his bike today without training wheels.
Oh,
Didn't fall. He was a pro.
Is that me?
Actually
Is that
impressed.
Lisa?
No, that's actually really impressive.
That's cool.
yes. Very good, Jessica.
That's cool because I fell and busted my face all up with training wheels first time I tried to ride a bike. I was so horribly uncoordinated and off balance. I should have had a cart instead of a bike. They wanted me to ride on a bike.
You know, you need to be in one of those bikes that has like a sidecar, so you can just sort of hang out in the sidecar.
I needed to be in the sidecar and have somebody else pedal the bike.
Exactly.
That's what it should have been.
You can always be in my sidecar, dude. I'll drive you around.
Just don't launch me like Batman used to do to Robin. I'm just glad they had the timing of that shit right, because he would have gone right into that back propeller of the Batcopter had it been a little bit off. You promised nothing?
Nothing.
How very YouTube of you.
Is that the theme for today?
Yeah,
It's all YouTube?
I don't know if there is a theme. I'm just bitching about YouTube like usual.
Yeah, as usual.
Yeah.
I would know to make you piss off about YouTube is like, again, when you have these stupid YouTubers like Logan Paul and Tana Mojo, and how they can get away with the shit that they get away with. And,
I know, right?
It's because they have massive followings.
It's all revenue.
They've got massive followings. They bring a lot of eyes and therefore a lot of ad revenue to the website.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's all like 12-year-olds and dumbasses that have no fucking attention span outside of a 5-minute vlog. But still, it's a lot of them. Millions of them.
The beauty channels, man. The beauty channels have so much drama right now.
I pay no attention to beauty channels, and the fact that they have drama is just fucking
I don't normally, but it's so big right now that, like, if you watch any tutorial, you're going to come across it.
Put on lipstick. How in the fuck do you have drama from that? You're telling me what eyeliner to use with what base and foundation.
Proper friends, okay?
How in the fuck do you have drama?
Because they start hating on each other. They get jealous and annoying.
What the fuck are you jealous of?
I'm like, all I'm like is
lipstick.
Paint my face,
now, remember, beauty vloggers out there. If you are out there, remember, if you want to get your hair nice and spiky, lick a plug socket.
Thanks for the help. Thanks for the help.
It ain't that big a deal. Putting on lipstick and eyeliner, it ain't that big a fucking deal. Everybody calm down. Fuck.
I think they make up some of the drama that they talk about.
They
just to get views.
Oh yeah,
they always do.
A lot of staged.
They always do. It's like you bump into somebody at the grocery store, and then the YouTube video is, "I was assaulted at Kroger." You fucking weren't. You bumble fucked into somebody's cart while you were looking at the ham and cheese. You didn't get assaulted. Calm the fuck down.
Calm your tits.
Just fucking take it easy. Just fucking take it easy. Calm down. Have some dip.
It wouldn't be ham and cheese, it'd be avocado. All those fuckers eat avocados.
That might be the problem.
Avocados, okay?
That might be
Don't
the problem.
diss avocados.
They have not avocados in and of itself. Perhaps it's an overdose of avocados. Perhaps it's the fact that they're shitting baby green. Perhaps their shit has the same color as a Green Lantern's power ring construction. Maybe that's the problem.
Well,
Oh boy.
Marty might be interested in this little factoid.
Go ahead.
Here we go.
In the UK, there's actually become an epidemic with hospitals where emergency patients are coming in with their hands sliced all the way down. You know, about 5 people a week. It turns out it's from where people are trying to cut in half avocados. They slip and they cut their own hands. They've called it. Yeah, they've called it. Yeah, they call it avocado. Yeah, they call it avocado hand. And in the past 2 years, it's been an average of, say, 2,000 people a year cutting their own hands open.
No, don't do that.
That's some incompetence.
Use your blade.
What's the age demographic for the people who were brought in for that?
All right.
Well, it was mainly Caucasian people, then it was people of African American descent, then it was Asians and other minorities.
No,
are you sure this isn't like a challenge that went horribly fucking wrong?
Yeah, that sounds like it to me.
Like the Tide Pod challenge.
No,
Man versus avocado. Who will survive?
Doctors went on the news a
Get
couple
my
of months
husband
ago,
to cut the
and
avocado.
they were showing how the patients were demonstrating how to cut the avocado, and they were holding the avocado in their hand and cutting the try and cut it that way.
That's the fucking Darwin Award.
I
Sorry,
see you cut it wrong.
Darwin, yeah.
But they're getting 5 patients a week.
Well, Steve, there goes that common sense again.
And that's why some people are allowed to have avocado.
I told you.
Yourself.
I told you at the time.
But
no one has it.
But you shouldn't. Yeah, you shouldn't need training to cut an avocado.
Right.
You shouldn't have to pass an IQ test to cut an
you
avocado.
Would be surprised. I wouldn't, but you would be.
In a couple of years' time, there's going to be packs of avocados with like instruction manuals on how to properly fucking cut an avocado.
People that couldn't pull piss out of a boot.
They're going to start putting stickers on the side that have warning labels while they have cigarettes and alcohol going, do not hold avocado while cutting.
Do not do this if you are stupid.
Yeah, if you're too stupid to have an avocado.
They'll have very graphic pictures of hand injuries from cutting avocados on the side of avocados.
That's right. Just like the cancer lung and shit. Yeah. Which really stopped people from smoking, didn't it?
Nope.
So make peace with it. There's going to be some sliced open hand injuries there.
Shouted Perfection said, Jesus, lol, is it that hard to cut one? No, it's not that hard to cut one. It's the pit in the middle.
It is if you're stupid.
Yeah,
but they make tools.
Stupid, you can't.
They make specific avocado cutting tools.
Yeah, they think it's going to be a soft thing where they can just slowly cut through it. As soon as they slowly cut through it and hit the pit, the knife slides and it goes straight into their hands.
Yes,
no matter what
that's
they do.
why you don't put it in your hand when you're cutting. You put it on a counter with a cutting board.
Yep.
Drunk on a bet you could watch Gordon Ramsay. I mean, he'll curse at somebody, but he'll cut an avocado in front of you and you'll see how it's done.
So show your idiot ass how to do it.
Too fucking stupid for fruit.
You don't deserve avocados no more.
Go get your goddamn Fruit Loops because you're stupid. You can't have the real thing.
An avocado prepping course.
Bullshit. We're not going to spend money on an avocado cutting prepping course.
There are people who would.
No.
You know it? People will spend money on all the dumb things.
See, they should teach this in school. This is how you hold a fruit and vegetable.
This is how you hold an apple.
They do. It's called home ec.
They got rid of that in most schools, even in the US.
Why?
It's actually a useful course.
I took home ec and I know how to cook.
Yeah, they got rid of it because it was classed as a non-class. You couldn't actually get any academic.
And that's why you have people eating fast food because they didn't take home ec and they don't know how to fucking cook. Yet they'll have you in goddamn shop class. Ain't none of them become a welder or a fucking mechanic. And none of them can actually can figure out how to break down a fucking engine. They don't know how to do any of that shit, but they still went to the class. Fuck that. Teach home ec. Learn how to cook. You can boil water. You can cut an avocado because they'll show you how. Maybe, just maybe, you could have a YouTube channel where you cook and cut avocados.
Well, you got to look on the bright side. 5 weeks ago, we finally had our first death of the year by doily.
By doily?
Doily.
By doily.
What did you have razors on the side?
Person killed by doily.
Okay, that's a dumb way to die.
I want to know. I want to know.
When you say doily, do you mean that like kind of table napkin tin that's in the middle of a fucking table?
It's that shit that your grandmother had on every fucking piece of furniture in the house.
Probably stitched herself.
Yeah, kind of like cheap paper coasters.
How in the name of jetpack Christ do you kill yourself with a fucking doily?
Christ doesn't have a jetpack, you blaspheming fuck.
Fuck you, Steve, he does.
Fine. Show me the passage in the Bible where it mentions the jetpack.
Up and away, I'm about to pray.
Quote me some fucking jetpack scripture.
You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me, Smalls.
Day he awoke and fueled his fucking rocketeer rig. No, that didn't happen.
To answer your question, he choked on it.
Why was he eating a doily?
How? Who fucking eat the doily?
Bet.
A bet.
Don't put it in your mouth.
Oh man, that's just as bad as the,
it was a challenge.
Hell, some food you shouldn't put in your mouth.
Yeah. But goddamn, this is as bad as the Tide detergent crap some nitwicks were doing.
The Tide Pod challenge.
You got to look.
People are getting stupider. They are. They're getting stupider. I'm convinced of this.
They're getting slightly smarter because in 2004 to 2014 there was an average of 12 people a year killed by doilies.
Oh wow!
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry your people were eating doilies.
Oh no, some of these people were poisoned by doilies.
Kind of
allergic reactions.
Whoa. That tells me there's a poisonous doily concept.
Yes, there is.
That I wasn't fucking aware of until just this moment.
One case of one woman trying to kill her spouse. She got doilies and she laced each one with what's that?
Cyanide.
No,
Cyanide?
They sent it through the post.
Arsenic.
Oh,
Tide Pods.
Who the fuck was mailing Tide Pods to people?
It affects the lungs.
Anthrax.
Yes, anthrax.
Oh, anthrax. Okay.
She was coating his doilies with anthrax, so every time he put down his cup of tea, got it moisturized, picked it up again, held it in his hand, it soaked into his skin.
he just rubbed it all over himself.
Careful, somebody could write a horror movie about that.
Someone's going to now. You know that, right?
One person
Yes,
slipped
my
on a
doily.
some people slipped on doilies that were on the floor and cracked their heads open.
Hey, those doilies are slippery.
Yeah, they are.
My grandma used to make me doilies all the time.
On fucking floors though.
And at least 2 people a year have a severe allergic reaction to the detergent or the material the doily is made of.
Yeah, I believe that.
Good Googa Mooga. Doilies and poisonous fucking doilies, and it's the most British fucking shit I've ever heard.
Oh, you got to look
Why not put fucking the anthrax on fucking Jack's roll or something, so when the person wipes straps, it goes into their system quicker or something. I don't get it.
Put
it
your
on a
skull
fucking
away.
Never.
Anthrax can be absorbed in 3 ways. One is aerosolized, where it's sprayed into your face. The other one is ingestion, which is where it's in your food or your drink. And the middle ground, where it gets absorbed not as quickly, but quicker than eating or drinking, is via skin contact. It gets absorbed into the skin and thus into the bloodstream. Do it enough times. It's a bit like coating someone's teacup with arsenic every day.
Yeah, that's slow poisoning. I got you.
Terrible.
I got you.
Well, you've got to look on the bright side. Selfie sticks are now more dangerous than sharks.
Oh. Selfie sticks.
As of
Sharks don't actually kill that many people. You know that, right?
well, as of yesterday, 11 people have been killed by sharks this year, whereas so far 35 people have been killed by selfie stick.
Okay.
Oh boy.
My self-esteem is going to kill me before a shark will.
Self-esteem doesn't kill you.
Mine does.
It just makes you so you don't do anything.
Okay. My low self-esteem.
It doesn't kill you.
Well, Queenie,
It just makes me stronger.
Queenie, I gotta find that T-shirt that you had on your Vincent Price video.
Hello, you self-control.
Yeah, it's Deadpool punching a shark.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
That cracked me up.
Which is the closest I'm gonna get to seeing the Meg.
Yeah,
the Meg was fun.
It was fun, but it was like something you'd watch on the Sci-Fi Channel at 5 in the fucking afternoon.
It was a big budget C-Fi because let's fucking pronounce it the way it's spelled now. The C-Fi channel.
Yeah.
Because they stopped being science fiction years ago. C-Fi channel. It's on C-Fi. It's made for C-Fi, usually by the Asylum, because they're a bunch of bastards.
Monty, the only reason I think it got so much prominence was the funding from China. There's a fairly extensive Chinese cast, and the set in itself is fairly Chinese. I mean, if you look at the credits, it's like there's so many
Chinese people. Yeah, because it was a co-production budget between I forgot who released the film, but I know it was a Chinese company that helped produce the film. But it was a fun movie. I enjoyed it. It
was. But I just don't think it was worth the price of a cinema ticket. That's my own feelings. I'm not saying.
Oh.
That was them trying to release theatrically a made-for-C-Fi movie.
Yeah, you're Stephen. You're the fucking nail in the head, man.
I know.
Yeah.
Because that's what it was. I mean, as soon as they told me a giant prehistoric shark. And Jason Statham's in. Okay, this is fucking made for C-Fi.
All I did was watch the advert, and it reminded me of a combination of Deep Blue Sea and Jaws.
This is scarier than Jaws.
I wouldn't put it into the same category, Monster, as Jaws.
No, neither would I.
Isn't Jaws a good movie?
Yeah.
Yes,
that's right.
Here's the thing: Jaws is a big budget B movie.
Yeah,
and that might be where the comparisons are coming from because it's fuck all else comparative. Other than that, Jaws was like a Roger Corman movie with a fucking budget.
Like they really knew how to do suspense back then.
Oh, it's just where it's one singular large shark that is determined to kill everyone that's done any harm to it.
Yeah,
no, that's later. That's the revenge.
Are you guys planning on seeing this?
No.
Monster, you planning on seeing this?
I might be watching it next week.
Okay, there's a quote unquote twist. What, Monty? I'm not going to say that. Monty, what did you think of the quote unquote twist? Were you like, oh my god? Or did you see the mile off?
Not really. It kind of. I was like 50-50 with the twist.
Yeah. It was like I was like, oh, okay, they did that, and that's it. But it was fun. You're dead right, Monty. It was good fun. If you are determined to go see it in the cinema, go see it in the cinema. But to the kind of the average cinema goer, I would just say hold off till Netflix or hold off till it's streamed or on DVD or whatever.
In that case, I might wait until it's actually on Netflix.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even do that. I wouldn't even do that. I wait till somebody fucking rips
like
it.
anything.
I'll have. That's not true. There's a lot of things I like. I just never talk about them.
You mostly talk about what you don't like.
That's right, because that's more of a plentiful subject, and that keeps me going and as a content creator. If I talk about the 5 fucking things I like, then that's it. I've got nothing on my channel. If I focus on everything I don't like, shit, I can keep going into the fucking website.
I'm not hating. I'm just saying.
Okay.
He'll deplete all his topics, all his options because that's something he likes.
See, here's the thing: it's like, well, it's not really something you go off on if you like it. It's like, oh, I like that, and that's it.
You can like get into it like I do. And I get so excited when I like shit. I'm like 5 years old.
So little these days.
I don't let the world get me down, man. I have fun with shit.
Yeah, you're fucking
despite it.
Little positive pixie over there.
I am not a pixie, thank you, and I don't know if I'm positive. I try to see.
Have your blood tested, and you'll find out.
There's only one Piggy Todd, and she can't be classified. So leave her alone, Steve. She's unique.
Who the fuck are you to take up for Queenie?
You know what?
Queenie
I can't myself.
Queenie's
Thank
got
you.
Ben over there. Ben could probably whip my ass with one hand. Fucked up. What do
Well,
you?
he is ex-military.
Quinny and I are alike because we're unique. I consider myself a unique person,
Yeah.
even though there are 3 generations of Lamont Kinley Smith.
Well, I think all of us are kind of weirdos.
So that
in this
makes
group,
you 3, right?
Yeah, we're all weird.
So that makes
We're all
you
fucking
3.
weird.
Which, if we're going by the ninja rules, you are the domination.
I just am strange and unusual.
Is
You
that the
know,
one with the exorcist?
Lydia Deep.
They have to exorcise the ghost ninja out of your one.
You know what? Brad Dourif will show up, and so will George C. Scott. Not entirely bad.
That's not a
No.
That's actually a pretty good combination.
A shitty ninja movie where some woman gets possessed by the ghost of ninja.
Ninja 3, The Domination. We used to watch it every weekend because they'd show it every weekend.
I know. I actually liked it. Despite the dumbness of it, it was still a dumb action picture.
It was the end of the Ninja franchise, and they knew it was over with.
It was the fucking death nail of the Ninja franchise.
Because the Ninja movies were kind of a cult thing amongst martial arts fans.
I think that's the only time I think Sho Kosugi actually had some work.
No, he did a lot of work, but most of it was Asian cinema that never got released over here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Sho Kosugi, the master of the grunt dialogue. Sho Kosugi, line. All right, cut. Can you put more feeling into it? Take 2. Good, print.
Was he the bald guy with Orlocks who was in Big Trouble in China?
No.
Wasn't him.
That was a whole other dude.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, look, man, I know there's a lot of Asians in Big Trouble in Little China. And a lot of them look familiar because every fucking one of them has been in 100 kung fu movies you've watched. So
I know Bolo. I know who Bolo is.
Bolo.
I know
Everybody knows Bolo and his dancing titties. He's got them pecs that he likes to flex. And it's like, oh, look, it's Bolo Jung and his dancing breasts.
Oh my god.
And then Bolo, yeah. It's great. You watch Enter the Dragon and you think Bolo's entire job is just to bark. Bolo. Oh! And that's all he does. I was like, oh shit. Well, fuck, you could have done that. You didn't need Bolo.
Bites his leg.
You have the look. John Saxon is a dirty fighter.
Yeah,
he's a dirty fighter, and he's wearing wig number 3 because he is bald as fuck.
Does he actually? Because I always want to know: does he actually know kung fu, or was that just?
He studied with Bruce Lee after that movie. So at the time, no, but afterwards, he studied Jeet Kune Do with him, and he's bald as fuck. When they had Nightmare on Elm Street, Wes Craven went to hire him, and he took out these 2 fucking boxes. Each one of them had a toupee in it. And he said, this one makes me look like I have more hair. This one makes me look like I have less hair. So how old do you want me to look?
Why have the lesser one?
In case he has to look older.
Yeah.
And have more of a receding hairline. So, but he's completely fucking bald. That's what cracks me up. He's got that round of hair around the fucking side and the back. But the top, completely smooth, gone.
Apparently, Steve, he turns into a fucking madman if you bring up Cannibal Apocalypse to him. He
hated that movie.
He hated that movie.
Out of all the shit he has made for a payday.
Yeah.
And there's some actors that are like that. You can't mention some movies to them. Because they're like, it was such a horrible experience, or it was just a shit movie when all was said and done.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, I am embarrassed to have my name attached to this.
Well, I give Halle Berry credit because as bad as Catwoman was, she actually went to the Razzies and got her award.
And she accepted Cat.
She accepted her award, yeah.
That's right. You fucking nut up and you go and you get that Razzie. Because I don't see Sharon Stone or the fucking director here.
Didn't Paul Verhoeven actually accept his Razzie for Showgirls.
He did.
He did.
He did as well as he fucking should have.
Mm-hmm.
That movie earned it. That movie earned it, and now I can't watch Saved by the Bell the same way again.
Yeah.
Ever.
Herself and Kyle MacLachlan having fucking dolphin sex in the fucking swimming pool.
Right.
I could not understand that scene at all.
Oh, look, here's Gina Gershon, and she's naked again. I told somebody. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it was like two fucking manatees or fucking underwater creatures attempting to fucking copulate. It was just the weirdest fucking thing ever.
They were. It was two underwater creatures because at the time the creatures were underwater. You need to recognize what this is, man. I'm look. The thing is, Showgirls, every director gets 2 shit films, no matter how great they are. And sometimes it's circumstances, sometimes it's just they weren't doing their fucking job. Like in the case of Michael Mann directing the big screen version of Miami Vice.
Oh boy,
that should have worked.
Oh.
All the formula was there for that to work.
I still know how they screwed that up.
Colin Farrell does a good job.
I've only
Jamie Foxx has won a fucking Oscar.
I've only ever walked out of 2 movies, and that Miami Vice movie was one of them.
And Michael Mann directed like 90% of the fucking TV show, so it's not like he don't know how to direct Miami Vice.
Mm-hmm.
That should have worked, but everything went to garbage.
And the thing is, he had done Collateral a year or 2 before, and that would have been the perfect template for that.
Yeah, because Collateral was good.
Yes,
it's like
Tom Cruise actually not being a fucking nut job.
I know it's the first time I actually see Tom Cruise not smile.
Well, it's because his character didn't smile.
Yeah,
Cruise needs to do more villains. His portrayal in that and as Lestat was fucking amazing.
He's not a heartthrob anymore.
Well, he's Ethan Hunt, action man, man of action.
That's the only thing he can do.
And I like that Mission Impossible where they fought the mummy.
They fought the mummy.
That was an excellent Mission Impossible where they fought the mummy.
It's just a shame that movie also destroyed the universe in a sense.
Yeah, in one fucking film. In one fucking film, your dark universe concept collapsed.
Yeah, so sad.
And I'll tell you why, boys and girls.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
It's because you didn't make a fucking horror movie. The dark universe is a horror universe. You made a shitty action movie that had the mummy in it. And we already had 3 of those with Brendan Fraser. If you make a horror movie, boys and girls, you will have a horror universe, a franchise, because that's what it is. It's horror.
They had some interesting concepts in it, and they had some creepy images in it, but it was just like, why am I watching a Mission Impossible film?
This is Mission Impossible, the Mummy Adventure.
Mission Impossible, Egypt.
Yes, Mission Impossible, Egypt. That is what we got. That's not what we asked for. That's not what we wanted. And that ain't what made you any fucking money. And that's what killed the dark universe. And I was like, oh, this might be okay. Because I saw the werewolf remake. And I was like, not bad. Not great.
Okay.
But not bad.
Yeah, it was okay.
And we can go from there. You can do that again. Not that specifically. But you can go back to the Wolfman and you can bring that in. You can make it interesting. If you do it even somewhat as competently and as talent and with talent and skill as Lon Chaney Jr. did it. Playing it like he's a fucking drug addict, like there's something wrong with him that he can't fucking fix, and he is helpless and fucking saddened by it. That's a good character to kind of mess around with and see how that works out. But
the thing was, Steve, they wanted to make an accessible kind of fucking quote unquote horror franchise.
Horror is acceptable without making it Mission Impossible.
Because fucking kids, you could take your 12-year-old or 11-year-old kid to see it rather than see a proper fucking horror movie.
They see the Babadook on fucking Netflix. They watch Stranger Things. You can have horror.
Babadook wasn't made by some fucking pencil-pushing motherfucker in an office. But the Babadook was it was an indie flick. This is something made by a fucking gobshite in a fucking suit who says, right, what do the kids like? They like Mission Impossible. Yeah, okay, let's fucking put Ethan Hunt against the mummy. Yeah, wow, cool explosion. Hey.
Yeah, okay.
No, what they wanted to do is say, how can we top Kevin Feige in the Marvel Universe? Hey, let's bring back Universal Monsters.
We'll make a universe too. No, you won't.
We can make a Universal too.
No, you won't.
Every fucking studio wants her universe now.
Yep, everybody.
Yeah.
Well, that's because they're all the thing that they fail to understand, and Marty can back me up because he's a fucking comic nut like I am.
Yeah, so am I.
And Monty and Queenie, I know Queenie's in the comics. I don't know if Deacon's in the comics or not.
Oh yeah, I am.
Yeah. Okay. So we're all fucking comic nuts from way back, right?
Yeah.
Right, so we understand that a universe exists with multiple characters in that universe. Like, we understand that Captain America works with and knows who the fuck Iron Man is, and they're not just standalone fucking titles. We know that Spider-Man can be seen swinging through the fucking background as, you know, the Avengers are doing something. We know that Spider-Man once went to the fucking the X-Men to solve a mutagenic problem that he was having, which is kind of a dick move because they're born that way.
Oh, be right back. My little doggy wants to go.
Okay. So the thing is, like, we know what that is, but studios don't. They just know what it is on a mechanical level.
They know what it costs.
And they know what it costs, and they know how much money they can make. They know how much money that shit
make money. Why is this popular money-wise?
It's like if you watch Infinity War and you see that there is fuck all there of Black Panther, because they had no idea when they were working on this fucking movie that Black Panther would become the monster hit that it was.
How do we slot him into this?
Yeah, we're going to slide him into this. Well, he is kind of in it anyway, but it's a reduced role because it's a much larger movie. Because it's got fucking everybody in it, damn near it.
Yeah.
It's got everybody but Wolverine, because Wolverine said, fuck you, and he's taking a shit. he's taking his shit. Like, nope. Adamantium might be involved. I don't know, but he's taking a nice Weapon X dump, and he's not worrying about being a part of this shit.
Yeah, actually, I saw a YouTube channel mention why the DCEU failed, and the guy was talking about how Zack Snyder screwed up certain stories. Like, instead of just focusing,
screw up shit. It was a fucking suit at Warner Brothers that didn't like what he was doing, didn't understand what he was doing, and thought what he was doing was not going to make the studio enough money to compete with Disney. That's what fucking happened. Zack Snyder, depending on whether or not you like what he does, he makes movies, and he's very competent at making movies. He's probably come the closest to adapting The Watchmen to a fucking live action story that I'm ever going to see.
He's a fantastic visualist.
I give him that.
Oh yeah, well, Sucker Punch taught me that shit. There was fuck all to that except visuals. It's like every time you turn around, Scott Glenn shows up and goes, "All right, here's what you're going to be doing in this fantasy scenario."
That was the only good thing about Sucker Punch was the visuals.
Yeah, I mean it was great visuals, but the story was just ham-fisted. It's like you took 3 fucking scripts, smushed them together, and went, "All right, movie."
Yeah, let's dress these girls in sexy outfits too.
Well, yeah, you got to have your eye candy.
Yeah,
there's a demographic for that.
Yeah,
and that's fine. That's fine. I don't have a problem with eye candy. That's fine. But I don't know what the fuck you're doing in this story.
It's like, well, it looks nice, but I don't understand why she's battling these giant samurais.
Why is she buying giant? Why is this World War II? Why are they fighting a dragon? What in the fuck are we doing now?
If the characters
Nazis do a dragon
in the Brothel universe, does that mean they were killed in the regular fucking universe?
I don't know. I don't know if
this shit.
I don't know if the Elm Street rules apply or not. I don't know what this is. This permadeath? Is this fantasy death? What in the fuck is this? Because I know she's actually like in a fucking home somewhere getting fucking molested by an orderly, and that's what's actually happening. But she's in a fucking brothel / dance studio, and then when that fucks with her, she's fighting giant stone samurai with Scott Glenn wearing his bathrobe. I don't know what the fuck's going on. It looks great. It's got a great soundtrack.
Yeah.
It is pure cotton candy. It is sweet. It is wonderful. It looks pretty, and there's no fucking substance to it. Because when you put it in your mouth, there's fuck all there.
Steve, do you know what it reminded me of?
What?
A kind of live-action heavy metal comic strip. You know, those once-off fucking flash tip fucking comic strips.
Kind of.
Yeah, I remember heavy metal. I also remember the animated movie.
I'd say so.
It was very like that. That's what I felt it was like.
Yeah, and you know what?
Stuff is happening, and it's pretty.
If he just wanted to do that, and I was like, if that's the experiment, okay, fine, I'll give it a watch. Why not? I watched fucking Eraserhead. I'll give it a watch. I don't give a shit. But give me something with substance. Don't just give me like Black Panther worked because it had substance to it.
Yeah.
All right. Winter Soldier worked because it had substance to it. Infinity War with all the deaths at the end of it has substance to it, provided you know who half the fuckers who die are. I mean, you know, you got Tony Stark. He's fulfilling his contract. And he's like, okay, look, here's another goateed guy that is a smart ass, but he does magic and I do technology. We're not going to pretend that this might be the same thing or connected in some fashion. We're not going to address that because we're going to have pithy remarks between two Marvel characters. So basically they undo half their fucking cinematic universe franchises before they even really get off the ground, or they're going to reveal what us comic fans already know is that death don't mean shit.
Yeah.
The only fuckers that stayed died was Jason Todd and Bucky. And
Bruce Wayne brought them back.
And Bruce Wayne's fucking parents.
We made a big deal, yeah.
Those are the only people that stayed dead. And then we got Winter Soldier, we got the Red Hood, and I think Bruce Wayne's parents revealed they weren't dead and won some bullshit that Grant Morrison wanted to pull out of his rectal drawer.
That was the one where Bruce's father was basically took over the mantle of Batman, and his mother was the Joker. Yeah. Bruce had died as a child.
Yeah, the Flashpoint shit. Yeah. The Flashpoint shit. Which it's an alternate universe, so you can kind of slide past that and go, well, this ain't the timeline.
You know they're going to fucking drag that shit into the fucking DC cinematic universe.
Yeah, they're already crossing over the Watchmen in the DCU.
Yeah. Oh, no. Steve, I'm talking about in the movies, and they're going to do it in such a fucking ham-fisted way.
Probably.
You know, the Watchmen's getting their own series on HBO now.
Good for them. Because we need big blue penis in our lives. Good for them. We need to show them Papa Smurf the porn daddy. Good for them. If you ain't got Jackie Earle Haley as Rorschach, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I think it's going to be I think it's going to be a different cast. I don't think.
Oh, great. It's going to be people that fucking suck on an HBO salary. I mean, let's face it. They blew their wad with fucking Deadwood and Game of Thrones and all that shit. When they got Thomas Jane, they made him a gigolo, for fuck's sake. You could have done a Punisher series with him and it would have worked. But no, he does one movie. He finances his own fucking short film where he gets to play the Punisher again.
Yep.
Which was good. And okay, so I guess we're going to go with the guy that will eventually play one of the fucking three warriors in Thor to play the Punisher.
Ray Stevenson from Rome.
Yeah.
Steve, I'd say Jane would have been good as a 616 Punisher. He would have been good as like the kind of the early 90s Garth Ennis starting off his run as the Punisher.
Right.
I don't think he would have been good for like the Max one of the Punisher. I think Bernthal does a good job with the kind of Punisher. That's just my 2 cents.
So they got Shane from The Walking Dead now being the Punisher now.
Yeah, John Bernthal does a good performance, and I actually think I love the Punisher character. I think they improve on it one thing because Frank is a very kind of solitary character, not heavy on dialogue, but they kind of Bernthal brings a bit of humanity, bit more humanity to Frank, and I think that kind of works. I think that's a benefit to the show.
Well, the thing is, this is actually the problem in the comics, is that the Punisher, under any other circumstances, would be a villain.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's running around fucking murdering people. It doesn't matter if he's murdering criminals, mobsters, and shit. He's a killer.
He started off as a villain. He started off Spider-Man. He was Spider-Man.
Fucking shooting jaywalkers.
Yeah.
He's shooting jaywalkers.
Anti-hero. He gets a job done, but he doesn't care how he gets a job done.
Right. Yeah. But under any other, I mean, in the terms of the story, you have to have the antagonist and the protagonist. If your protagonist is already a fucking murderer, what is your antagonist going to be? What is the yin to the yang?
The thing, Stephen, Garth Ennis once stated, if you want to make a character like a Punisher, you have to make his adversary 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 times as worse. You have to push that bar. You have to make his adversary absolutely loathsome.
Well,
that's what
if they're better?
I suppose you could go contradictions of
You could
evil.
go the other way and just have them like his adversary is this good guy.
Yeah,
nice
that's the thing. That's the thing. Is like you could make it like Gerard from The Fugitive, movie or TV show. Pick one, and that is the guy that chases the fucking Punisher. That's his adversary.
Yeah,
the villain is not going to make it past to the next issue because the actual villain is going to be a crime boss or something, and Frank's going to fucking murder him. Well, he's going to be dead by the last page.
You could put a twist on evil. You could say he's going after the source of some of the evil, and seeing as in recent past we can say that the Catholic Church is guilty of a few crimes, his target's the Pope.
What?
His target's the Pope.
His target's the Pope.
Actually,
go after the Pope.
Monster, you're actually onto something there. There was in Garth Ennis's run of the Ultimate Dark Avengers, there was a bishop who was possessed by an evil Ghost Rider. He had been fucking taking the souls of children, and it was kind of cool. Captain America didn't realize that what a kind of piece of shit this guy was, and he was protecting this bishop from Frank. It's a cool fucking storyline. I highly recommend you give it a check.
But just imagine that storyline. But imagine all of the top tier religious people in the entire world were possessed by evil demons bent on turning the word of their gods and their followers towards a certain goal.
So you mean religion in general?
Yeah, and then Frank
something like
heads.
That was something they were trying to do on the Exorcist TV show.
Here we go.
I'm gonna give you the Winthorpe response.
I exercised it from my TV a long time ago.
Well, I actually did like the TV show. I thought it was interesting.
Garbage. It's fucking garbage. Why do you watch garbage?
I could see what they were going for, but I just couldn't get. The actors didn't draw me in.
That's what that means. Like, I know this is what they're going for. Yeah, but you failed.
Unfortunately, I didn't like the fact that on the season finale, they actually do something that was done in Exorcist 3. I'm like, why are you going to do that? I mean, it's like, it was interesting to see that one of the good guys got possessed by a demon, and then they're going to do that same bullshit. They're going to do that same scene that they did.
Told you,
Exorcist 3.
watch your mouth on your channel. You don't need to be cussing like me. Damn.
I actually preferred Outcast to the Exorcist TV show. I think Kirkman done a very good take on like the idea of exorcism and possession and stuff. But, have you seen it, Steve?
I have, unfortunately.
Not a fan of Outcast?
No, not a fan.
If it's a choice between Exorcist or
a kick in the scrotum, I would say kick me. I'm not watching that shit. Because the kick I will eventually heal from.
Mm-hmm.
Shit television stays in my head. And I can't get rid of it.
It is part of your life you're not getting back. So,
because look, it just sits there in the fucking subconscious while I'm trying to do other shit. And I think I forgot about it, but no.
And it comes back and haunts you.
It'll come back in the fucking visuals and the shitty acting and the bad writing. And it all just comes back and fucks with me. And I'm not doing that to myself. So you kick me in the balls because I will go get an icy hot pack out the fucking freezer and I will be fine in a day or two. Whereas fucking exercise, that shit's going to be in my head the rest of my life because that's how that works. I've seen shit I can never forget. And I don't want to do that to me. And fuck them for making that to show it to me because they're doing it to me. It's not like the Lethal Weapon TV show, which I thought was going to be garbage, but it's actually okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you just go, okay, this ain't the movie.
Yeah, that's what you have to do.
Ain't
You
the
have
movie.
to say, this is not the movie. This is not Mel Gibson. It's not Danny Glover.
This is not the movies that I enjoyed. This is a TV product. These are different actors. Let's see what they do with this concept. I gave Exorcist the same fucking chance. I gave I gave it all the same chance. I give it all the same chance.
What did you think about the twist in The Exorcist?
Twist my ass. It was a mile away. I could see that shit coming.
Is it just me, or if Stephen Wave that would sound like Sideshow Bob?
Fucking twist. The fucking twist. Bullshit. Suck a fuck, you incompetent writing pricks.
Stop, you're going to actually kill Monty, okay? You're going to die laughing.
Hey, more views on the stream.
Yep, he's going to die on a stream. That's how he's going out.
Look, to be fair,
Like a boss.
You gave me a link. So you knew what was going to happen. You suspected. You've had these stream experiences.
He's a perpetrator of his own downfall.
This almost counts as a suicide if you think about it.
Are we assisting?
Steve, you're not off the hook.
Great. Now I'm Kevorkian. Thank you very much, Marty.
If you open up the door to insanity, expect us to walk through.
Especially me. I like shiny.
You open the box. We came.
Now come with us. Taste our pleasures.
Yes, we have such sights to show you.
We have such sights to show you. And it's garbage now. Because they don't have Doug Bradley and the writing is shit. Everything's garbage. And then Blumhouse will fucking buy it and remake it.
Hey, I actually heard that Jason Blumhouse is trying to remake some more horror movies.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I saw that announcement and I was like, why do you hate people that watch movies?
Well, okay, if it's a toss-up between Blumhouse and Platinum Dunes, which you think is
There's shit and other shit.
You're asking me to choose between a turd that has corn in it and a turd that has rice in it.
That the best option there is to hit them with a shovel, use the shovels to bury them in the backyard and say we never saw them and get two other directors in.
You work on that.
Platinum Dunes and Bloomhouse. That's like, okay, here's a turd with corn in it. Here's a turd with rice in it. It's both shit.
The Bloomhouse. Okay, Monty. A Bloomhouse movie you've enjoyed.
Notice he don't ask me anything anymore.
There's no fucking point, Steve. It's like scream in the back of the space.
You're just full of hatred, Steven.
Steven is acting like his avatar looks.
Yep, full of
Look, the
hatred.
image, the substance have to match the image.
Yeah. I had to look it up because I made so many movies. I had to look it up and find out what I liked and didn't like. It's like there's some Blumhouse movies I like.
Top of your head, one that you enjoyed that Blumhouse done. Just anyone.
The Conjuring is Blumhouse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, The Conjuring, yes.
Steve, what about you? Is there any Blumhouse movie that you've enjoyed?
All right, well, let me see what is and what isn't a Blumhouse movie. Because there's some shit I watched and I was like, fuck this. And I didn't even pay attention to what the hell it was. Hold on. All right, Blumhouse production. Let's see a list, and because there's probably a lot I haven't seen. There might be one that I would like.
Okay,
but I'm
just going to jump back to Monty again to illustrate my point. Monty, name a Platinum Dunes movie you've enjoyed.
The Friday the 13th remake.
Really?
Yeah, the Best of Jason. Jason Voorhees' greatest hits compilation. Yeah. No.
Good times.
No. Not even a little fucking bit. No. Okay, let's see here. Sauce. That was shit. Oh, they made Tooth Fairy. That was utter fucking garbage. Insidious. Okay, there's one.
Yes, there's one.
Insidious is good.
Sinister was kind of hit and miss.
Okay, Steve. Platinum Dune movie that you enjoyed.
None of them.
Okay, two.
Not a fucking.
Right, Monster. Blumhouse movie you enjoyed.
Split.
Okay, Platinum Dunes movie you enjoyed.
I haven't seen Split. I would probably enjoy that. So that might be two.
Just let me bring up the list so I can actually make sure I get it right.
A lot of people don't keep track of what fucking studios and production companies make shit.
Yeah, like I don't.
Yeah, like
to
be fair, I think Platinum Dudes did the Texas Chainsaw Massacre shit, didn't they?
Yeah, I think they did. Yeah.
Okay, well, there you go. There you go. There's one.
There's one.
And the beginning with the backstory was interesting. I wouldn't say it was good, but it was interesting.
It was entertaining.
And then they remade The Hitcher, and I'm like, fuck you. Leave that alone. You cannot do better than Rutger Hauer, and nobody knows who the fuck he is or why he's doing what he's doing.
Yeah,
you cannot match
like
that.
the fucking Joker. Rutger Hauer's
exactly.
like the fucking Joker. That's why he works so well. He was like,
and C. Thomas Howell went through hell and everything. That's right. Rutger Hauer was like, it was they couldn't find anything on him even after they busted his ass.
Yeah.
So it's like he just ceased to exist, and then one day he showed up and murdered people.
Well, I got a Platinum Dunes movie for you.
Go on.
Ouija.
Oh, fuck off.
Fucking Ouija? Are you kidding me? Are you trying to fuck with me? Are you trying to make me lose all respect for you as a human being? Fucking Ouija? Really?
Jesus Christ, Monty.
and what made it so bad is that I actually like that movie. Yeah, I know it's cliched. It's cliched as hell. It's a PG-13 crap, but I actually thought it was a bit entertaining. Now, of course, they did make it up with a Ouija Origin of Evil. I thought they did a good job of restoring some faith in that franchise.
Ouija. I thought I knew you, man.
This is the moment that the horror miser Monty G proves he's a fucking troll. Look at this shit. Ouija. Ouija, my shrunken, misshapen dick. Ouija. Really?
Forgive me, Steven.
I know. That is unforgivable.
god.
That is unforgivable. You did this to our relationship, Monty. This is all on you.
I still love you, Monty. It's okay.
No, don't love him.
You have bad taste, but it's
don't
okay.
love him. No, don't love him. Don't fucking love. Look, did you hear what he did?
Him, okay?
He just.
He's Grandpa Horror.
That's a song.
True.
I can't stop loving. Look, I would get this. The Platinum Dunes was a limited bunch of shit.
Yes,
with one or two okay things, but Blumhouse is a continuous factory line of bullshit. Just constant bullshit. They have
systems, don't they?
They look. They did Amityville: The Awakening.
Oh God!
They did The Darkness, which is boring as fuck.
Oh man!
They keep cranking out the Paranormal Activities. They did the live action Jim and the fucking holograms. That was so bad. I didn't even know if it was in theaters or not.
What? They did the live action Jim and the holograms.
Yes.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did.
And
it was horrible.
John Chu directed it, and it had people I'd never fucking heard of. I think Molly Ringwald and Juliette Lewis were in it.
And nothing to do with the had very little to do with the source material.
Yeah, I know a couple of people that were fans of the animated series, and they went to go and see it, and they hated the movie because it was nothing like the animated series. They just shared a band name and names of the characters.
Right. They didn't even have the Misfits.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I had the
know what they were dealing with? Did they ever watch a fucking?
It's like, okay, we're making He-Man, but there's no skeletons or any of the evil fucks that he fights.
Right.
No, we're just gonna have He-Man.
I get the feeling that in the office when they were discussing how do we make the holograms a movie, someone turned around and said, "Well, they're a bit like Hannah Montana, aren't they?"
No, they are fucking not.
They
are fucking not.
The nail in the head. They were demographic. That's
what it was.
That's when you're making a movie now. It's not about
the business of entertainment.
What demographic can we target?
The business. Look, your demographic for a Jim and the Holograms movie is a fucking fan of Jim and the Holograms, because that's who's going to come out and fucking watch the movie. That's who's going to buy the fucking tie-in merchandise that's going to come out with it. If you've gone that far with your marketing, that's your audience. People that know this cartoon, love this cartoon, and want to see a live action version of it. Even as shit as Josie and the Pussycats was, it's still somewhat. Shit. It was shit. Oh boy.
Oh yeah, that was. I mean, it kind of stuck to the source material.
It tried like hell to stick to the source material, but it failed.
Yeah.
But it tried.
Mm-hmm.
Jim and the Holograms didn't even fucking make an attempt. It was made by somebody that was aware there was a Jim and the Holograms cartoon at one point, but I guess watched Turbo Teen instead and didn't fucking watch that. So that's not the movie that was made.
Mm-hmm.
Rubik's The Amazing Cube. I am scarred by Saturday mornings and Cartoon Express on USA.
I actually believe that, Steve. It answers a lot of questions.
It does, doesn't it? It's like
it opens a window into your mind.
It's like this fucker is like 1 inch high Private Eye episode too many. That's what's wrong with him. No, it was great. Just don't show me Devlin. Why are you showing me a cartoon drama? Fuck you people. There's no talking dog. They ain't shit. And give me back season 1 of Johnny Quest. That shit was boss. It's like a Milton Caniff strip that fucking moved a little bit.
I actually liked the new adventures of Johnny Quest when it came out.
We can't be friends. Get the fuck off my Facebook.
Fuck you.
That's what I'm saying. Fuck you too. You like the new Johnny Quest. I'll give you this. The new one is all about Johnny Quest, and since that's the name of the show, it actually makes sense. Whereas the first season, the original series was like, okay, there's this kid, and there's an Indian kid here too, and there's a goofy little fucking pug, ugly ass, goofy fucking cartoon dog. But it's the Race Bannon Adventure Hour.
Steve, is the one I watched. That was the one that was on the tail end of the 90s.
Right.
I used to watch it.
Right.
Yeah,
because that's when they brought it back.
Yeah, because they made some changes to Johnny Quest. Because I grew up watching Johnny Quest, and I kind of like the updated version, but it doesn't match to what the original was.
Well, the original one was, okay, these are the kids, they're precocious, they get in trouble, and it was basically a team effort with the adults taking the majority of the responsibility in the action. Whereas in the 90s, you could have a kid protagonist and be fine.
Yeah. Yeah,
so,
I thought the New Adventure of Johnny Quest was too much like Captain Planet.
It was. That's why I didn't like it.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I didn't care for it.
It wasn't as patronizing though. I didn't think it was as patronizing.
That's because Ted Turner didn't do that one.
Yeah, he didn't do that one.
He might have paid for it, but his production team and his hands were not on that.
Yeah, but it just like, it's okay, but it's like, why is it like too much like Captain Planet? It's like, oh man,
you need to stop this shit. And why? And speaking of things that borrow heavily from Captain Planet, what the fuck did they do to Swamp Thing? Cartoon show. And Toxic Crusaders. Who watched Toxic Avenger and went, wow, that'll make a great Saturday morning cartoon?
I don't know. Somebody thought so.
Somebody needs
That's who fucking, I need money. Let's make a cartoon. But Kaufman, this guy just punched the hole through fucking a punk. I don't care. Kids love it. We can't put this shit on TV.
They won't let us put that on network on Saturday morning, Lloyd. What's the matter with you?
You think he gave a shit? You think he gave a shit?
I know Lloyd. I talk to him on Twitter from time to time. No, he don't give a fuck ever about anything really, except making the money. That's fine because he's an indie filmmaker and that's what you're supposed to do. But the Toxic Crusaders, and they had action figures, and then you had
excuse me.
How did I know you have Toxic Crusaders action figures? How did I know? Because I know you, Marty. Even if you didn't say, I would just assume you did. I bet you got real Ghostbusters too, don't you?
Yeah. What?
Yeah. What? The real Ghostbusters. The ones based on the movie, kind of.
Oh yeah. No, I thought you said real Ghostbusters too.
No, you meant I wish there had been action figures of Ghostbusters too.
No, I actually love the story about why they called the cartoon the real Ghostbusters.
Yeah, because in the 70s.
Yeah, it was the 70s.
Filmation had a TV show called Ghostbusters that nobody fucking watched.
I watched it.
Okay, one person watched it.
What, the Canadian Ghostbusters?
And then
I watched that.
They went a little bit more, and then in '84, Ivan Reitman made Ghostbusters, the one we all know.
Yeah.
And then in like the mid '80s or so, a cartoon, Filmation again, a cartoon was based on the old '70s live action show.
Yeah.
They wanted to cash
Ghostbusters. Right.
They wanted to cash in on the popularity.
Right, because Lou Scheimer was not above doing that shit either. So I love Lou, but he was not above the money.
And he's like, hey, look, remember that old TV show we had in the 70s called Ghostbusters?
You mean that shit with Forrest with fucking Forrest not Whitaker.
Not Forrest Whitaker.
No.
Larry Storch.
Forrest Tucker. Forrest Tucker and Larry Storch and some dude in a gorilla outfit.
I vaguely remember it turning up on Irish TV a small bit. Was it them going around in a Model T and it was a fucking gorilla in a fedora?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The gorilla from the fedora and it's actually the cartoon was like their kids, still voiced by them.
Yeah.
The original actors.
Yeah, the gorilla was called Tracy.
The gorilla Tracy was still there.
Yeah. Spencer, Spencer, Tracy, and Kong.
Yes, Spencer, Tracy, and Kong.
I like that, Spencer Tracy.
Right. And then they would do shoot. It was a nice little entertaining show, and they always resolve it by having the ghost dematerialize and they shoot it out like that. It was a nice entertaining kid show. But like I said, so when they decided to put the Ghostbusters TV show based on the '70s show, and then Columbia said, "Wait a minute, you're stealing our thunder."
Then they went, okay, we're going to take the movie Ghostbusters and we're going to make a cartoon out of that. since we want to make cartoons out of Ghostbusters now, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to do that. We're going to call it The Real Ghostbusters because the kids watching this don't know that fucking show from the 70s. And they saw the movie because most of us saw the movie.
Yeah.
So we're not going to do this bullshit you're doing, Filmation. We're going to do the real Ghostbusters. And they're not going to look anything like the ones in the movie.
No, they didn't.
But, you got Maurice LaMarche coming in playing Egon. You got Arsenio Hall voicing Winston. Lorenzo Music, wonderful, the dearly missed Lorenzo Music.
Yeah.
Garfield's only fucking voice. Yes. Doing Venkman, which really, there's a connection. Garfield. Because Bill Murray
later went on to do Garfield in the live action movie.
So they kind of switched, which is weird. And,
you guys know that
Frank Welker was Ray to finish that out. And he was also
Ernie Hudson went for the role actually as well as of Winston. Who got it instead of him, Steve?
Arsenio Hall.
Yeah,
the talk show host, Arsenio Hall.
They hired Arsenio. Yeah, Amy said, "How can you not like the Toxic Avengers?"
That's true.
I love the Toxic Avengers. I can't stand the Toxic Crusaders. That was garbage. It was, and to be fair, it wasn't as garbage as the animated Swamp Thing was.
Yeah, that was terrible.
They could have done that so much fucking better.
Yeah.
But no, we're going to do a Captain Planet knockoff, and they'll have some toys that no one will buy. They'll put them in the fucking dollar bin in the fucking dollar store right next to the over-the-top action figures that didn't sell, and the 550 fucking action figures of Kang the Conqueror from Secret Wars that still haven't sold since '84.
You know that there was a pilot for an Aliens cartoon, right?
Right.
Yep.
Operation Aliens.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
There was a RoboCop cartoon that was god awful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And Rambo. There was a Rambo cartoon.
Yes, Force of Freedom. I saw that. I saw that stupid stanky bullshit. Why did you turn Rambo is a murdering psychopath with PTSD. Why is this a cartoon?
There's like one episode where he's skiing in the tundra and he's shirtless and they're like, okay, Rambo, you might want to wear maybe a vest or something because that's not the action figure. The action figure doesn't come with a vest. The action figure looks like it looks like a slightly more brain damaged Sylvester Stallone made out of plastic. Because that's the look on his face. Granted, it's not as doofy as like the Secret Wars or the Superpowers Lex Luthor, the one that just has like this punch and he's wearing a business suit. And the thing is, like, it's supposed to be the kryptonite ring and he punches Superman with it, but they didn't get the measurement right, so he ends up bonking himself in the fucking head, which explains the look he has on his face. It just didn't translate. Steven, Toxic Crusaders rules. No, Amy. No. It did not.
Toxic Crusaders was awesome.
No, what is wrong with you?
I enjoyed it.
We know what's wrong.
I'm saying, look, I understand. Deacon knows how long it takes worm shit to fucking degrade.
Exactly.
Look.
My point.
And I'm just picking at you, Deacon. Now, here's the thing, Amy. I love you, and I consider you a wonderful person. Don't spoil that. Don't spoil that.
Yeah, he's already pissed at me for liking the Ouija.
Look,
he's judgmental, okay?
The less you bring that up, the less I think about it, okay?
Yeah, Amy, the only reason I get away with it is because I'm
judging everyone
to get away with it.
Judges me in my glasses. Judger.
Right, look, don't show up looking like a cast reject from Beetlejuice.
Fuck you, Beetlejuice is awesome.
Yes, but you're not in it.
I can consider that a compliment. Thank you.
You have the costume from it, though.
No, I am from Beetlejuice.
You am from Beetlejuice?
I am Beetlejuice.
Which M are which
I'm
M?
Queenie Juice.
You're Queenie Juice. You just drank juice. You just
I
drank juice. Quit being confused.
Oh, I'm losing it again.
Well, your Queen Juice.
Let's see. Is there a stain on the ceiling? Let's look.
No, but there are lights.
No. Hey, look.
There are lights, though.
It's the James Mox trailer cinematic technique.
Yep.
Ceiling and a forehead.
Wait, guys, my nose. There we go.
There you go. Get a little bit of your nose in there. There.
Yeah, can you see my nose here?
Now,
yeah.
Talk about how you should kill yourself and how nothing matters, and then take a shot of Shasta.
I don't have any Shasta.
You don't have Shasta?
No, Shasta?
No, Ben does. Ben has the fart water Shasta.
Ben, why do you have fart water Shasta?
Because he doesn't want to drink pop.
Answer me. You will answer me, Ben.
He can't answer you right now. He's in Overwatch.
Yep. He's in the midst of defending or attacking.
He's protecting the world.
As Overwatch.
He's the hero.
To be fair,
obviously.
To be fair, that Reaper's a bad mofo.
No, I would think that who's the big guy?
He's a cheese-dicking thing.
The big guy with the hammer. What's his name? That's my husband.
I don't remember his name.
The big Viking with the hammer.
Yeah. I'm talking about Thor, are you?
That guy.
No,
that's
he's a character on Overwatch.
Oh.
Yeah.
They wear
that's my husband.
They wear like shield. They wear like shield generating armor, and they got big armor and giant hammers and shit.
Yeah, he has like a big hammer. He has like a energy shield that he puts up. What's it? Reinhardt. His name's Reinhardt.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
They made a short film about him, and that's what I love most about Overwatch. That's what I love most about. That's what I love most about Overwatch is they made short films about the characters, and I was like, I give a shit about this. And then you play the game, like there's fuck all to the story.
There's a robot called Bastion, and he has like a whole like PTSD flashback.
Yeah, it's like he almost kills this bird, and it's like, oh fuck, I'm about to kill a bird. I need to calm down. Because he's a war robot. He's designed to destroy shit. And at some point, he just sat there so fucking long that his programming went to shit. And now he's peaceful and he hangs out with the bird. It has a bird's nest on it. Like, he's cool with it. Yeah. Except he's not voiced by Vin Diesel.
It depends on what his main directive was, though. Was his main directive to be violent towards everything or towards humans only? In which case,
violence towards anything that was a perceived threat.
Yeah.
So humans, animals, a tree, antelope farting in the fucking woods, anything that was perceived as a threat, the robot was supposed to just gack it.
Technically, isn't that the atmosphere as well? Because the oxygen would degrade it.
I don't think the CPU put that much thought into it.
Because if it did, it would commit suicide. I'm on a planet where I have to destroy everything.
That would make an interesting sci-fi film, or a short film at least.
Reminds me of Dark Star, where the lads have to convince the fucking computer to kill itself.
Oh my god, I need to watch Dark Star again.
Or like War Games.
I haven't seen that. Why you bring up War Games?
Because they had to persuade the computer to go through all the scenarios to realize that the only way it could win the game.
He could have done better. He could have done 2010, the year we made contact. They had to convince Hal to fucking basically commit suicide.
Night, Amy.
Night, Amy.
Night, Amy. I'm sorry you disappointed me.
I'm glad that you are happy now.
Hope you have sweet toxic Avenger dreams.
Does this mean I can go off cam now? She sent me a message. She's like, "Go on cam. I want to see your face." It's like, fine. See my awesome glasses. Oh.
On what? She's not on Facebook anymore that I know of.
No, Instagram.
Oh, Instagram. You can send messages on Instagram.
Yeah.
I barely use it, so.
I had to
Am I like the most social media centric of us? Like.
Yeah, you are.
I have no life. That's why.
Snake Plissken.
I'm sick most of the time.
I thought you'd be taller.
What do you do when you're sick? You fuck around on the phone.
No, I don't. I vomit a lot.
No, it's what I do. That's what I do.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You just get mad at everyone.
I did. Well, then nothing changes. So how am I going to know I'm sick?
Everyone and everything.
You're spouting bile and hateful. It's another day.
Are you sure you're okay, Stephen?
I may very well not be. I may have cancer.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
But
Again?
I don't. Again, yes. I cussed it out and it left the first time. They called it a remission. I call it a surrendering.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, we got a Snake Broski in the chat.
Yep.
He got out of New York?
He got out of New York, LA, and that's as far as the franchise went.
Yep.
Mark 13 from the movie Hardware is a great killer robot. Yes. Hardware is actually pretty cool. It's dated,
Richard
but
Stanley.
It is dated, yeah.
It is dated, but it's pretty cool. I liked it.
Fucking the thing tries to rape Stacey Travis with a fucking drill bit.
Yeah.
That's a scary fucking robot.
It's an evil robot. It actually rapes. Sean Urshan, what are you doing here, Sean? Shouldn't you be making a tag video?
Leave him alone. He's my friend.
Fuck, man.
Why do you gotta hate on everyone?
I'm not hating on him. I'm picking on him.
Same thing.
Look, if you made 105 tag videos in the month of March alone,
he's got.
I'd pick on you too.
No, I just do stuff.
I know.
Okay.
I'm taller than I look. Well, I can't see you, so that means nothing to me.
So.
Yeah, but let's not talk about LA. That's not my proudest moment.
Look, it was fun. It was
I get a
fun.
feeling I missed something.
It was fun, and that was Carpenter doing a sequel, which he knows sequels are basically rehashing the first fucking movie. He understands that. So he just went, okay, I'll just remake it and put everything in LA other than New York.
Yeah.
In fairness, though, you got to give him balls for making Pam Grier a fucking transgender fucking person called Carjack Malone. Like,
yeah, Carjack, and had her suck on that gas that actually lowers your voice. It's like the opposite of helium. It lowers the voice. And then they altered it again in editing. And a buddy of mine looked at that and he goes, "Is that a man?" Because he's listening to the voice. He's like, "Is that a man?" I was like, "Motherfucker, have you not seen Foxy Brown?
Or Coffee?
You ain't seen Coffee? You ain't seen any of the fucking women in prison in the middle of the fucking jungle shit that Roger Corman used to crank out in the 70s? Usually with Sid Haig and her. Have you not seen it? That's Pam Grier. That's female as it gets." He's like, "Yeah, but the voice." I was like, "Yeah, it's called editing."
Yes.
I do that shit.
There's a funny story where Kurt Russell's talking to Bruce Campbell, and all of a sudden Kurt Russell turns to Bruce Campbell and goes, "Hey, say workshed." He's like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Say workshed. Workshed." Apparently, Kurt Russell had watched Evil Dead 2, and they'd overdubbed the line workshed, and he's like, "What the fuck? How do you say workshed like that? It's an overdub, Kurt. It's an overdub." I love the facts. Every time I watch that movie, I keep forgetting Bruce Campbell is in it.
Yeah, he's the Surgeon General of Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
And he's in a makeup that makes his chin look slightly less ridiculous. It's great. It's one of those movies that's fun.
It is. It's pure schlocky fun, like.
It's schlocky fun. This is not a serious. No, Escape from New York was kind of serious. This is not. This is like, all right, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna fuck around with Snake Plissken some more. We're gonna have some more adventures. Cliff Robertson's gonna be the fucking president. Stacy Keach is here for some goddamn reason, doing the Lee Marvin role or the Lee Van Cleef role. And
Peter Fonda, him and Peter Fonda fucking surfing. And it's like, I'm gonna go catch Steve Buscemi, and they're like high-fiving as the fucking as the downtown LA gets flooded.
John he knew what we wanted, which was something fun.
Mm-hmm.
He knew this wasn't going to be serious because he knows LA is not serious. So, all right, we're going to escape from LA. And we're going to have fun doing it.
Yeah, and have horrible special effects.
We're gonna have horrible '90s special effects, but no one's gonna give a shit because we're still having fun watching Kurt Russell be Snake Plissken.
Yep.
Watching him outdraw 9 guys that have him surrounded, and he only has one eye. Because that's how badass Snake Plissken is.
If let's play Bangkok rules. Last person to draw wins.
And he throws it up, pulls the gun, shoots.
Nails all the guys.
And it drops. I was like, all right, you a gunslinger now. You was a badass before, but you're a fucking gunslinger now. And I'm digging that, Kurt. Do more Westerns. I like this shit. Grow you a ridiculous mustache to be in the Hateful Eight. Do that shit. I'm good with it. Because I'm a Kurt Russell fan from way back. And I love listening to the commentaries of the movies he's made with John because they talk about so little of the fucking movie.
they just fucking rag on each other.
They rag on each other and they shoot shit and they talk about each other's kids. And I was like, this is like just hanging out with them, and that's more cool than fucking talking about the movie. Because every once in a while, John will go, "Oh, I guess we got to talk about this scene." It's not even John doing it. It's some dude is like, "Hey, you want to talk about Wilford Brimley going ape shit trying to shoot people? You might want to fucking address that." And please, no Quaker Oats jokes. He didn't go crazy from the Quaker Oats.
I want to kill you.
I'm going to kill you. It's like, you went full on crazy hillbilly.
He was brilliant in that.
He was great.
It didn't want to be a dog. It wanted to be a man.
You think it wanted to be a dog? It wanted to be us.
I love that.
Fucking dig in with all your teeth. I love it. I love that shit. Oh, man. Some movies are just great.
Yeah.
And some movies are okay, but you can enjoy them. Some movies are shit, but they're fun. And other movies are just shit. And when you get to the ones that are just shit, it's like, why did you waste the fucking time and money and every goddamn thing making this fucking piece of shit? Yeah. And then there's the worst
you made it fun. Even that. If you made it fun, at least, you know?
You could have made this fun, but you didn't. You made shit. And the worst kind of shit is boring shit.
Hey, Marty, did you see Slender Man yet?
Here we go.
No.
I talk about shit movies.
I'm gonna wait for you guys' reviews, and I'll decide then.
Give it to you.
You're gonna have to wait a while then, because I ain't fucking reviewing anytime soon. No.
Sean says the big bird came. Damn right, Sean.
That statement alone, Queenie, tells me all I need to know about the fucking movie. So,
well, put it this way.
You need to know.
I told you it's shit.
check. I reviewed it last week. I reviewed it last week, so you can check it out. My review of Slender Man, and you'll probably get a good laugh out of it.
I'll check that out, man. I have heard that they sterilized a lot of the violent scenes. A lot of scenes that appear in the trailer have been totally cut, and not only that, it renders the movie confusing as ever living fuck. It's like characters disappear. Characters who are supposed to be killed just vanish. Is that like kind of the case, Monty? Not like
I heard the same thing.
Yeah. Again, it's like I said, movie studios think that teenagers only go see horror pictures. So we can't have a rated R horror picture because we're not going to make any money.
Yes, you fucking can.
You know, I guess they forgot about a movie called It. You know.
Horror is supposed to be scary.
Look, I understand I'm dead inside and I've just seen so much shit I won't fucking read. Thank you.
Exactly.
Perfect punctuation.
You're welcome.
And I understand that, but other people are not as fucking jaded or full of white hot rage as I am. They would actually get scared by a scary movie. Make them scared, because that's the fucking point of a scary movie.
That's why Insidious works so well.
It's supposed to fuck with you. That's its function. It's supposed to be scary. That's part of its job. Don't fucking just... It's like, okay, Superman can't fly. Batman is not smart, nor can he fight. This is what you're giving me. This is what you're giving me. You're giving me shit that has nothing to do with why I'm there.
It's there does seem to be kind of a progression of neutered horror as like the generations go on. I think there's like a pussification of fucking of a certain fucking culture, and it's getting really
not a pussification. It's a deadening of the senses because they see how the fuck can you live through a school shooting and be scared by Jason Voorhees?
Yeah,
that's the point as well. Yeah,
and the rest of it is just this suburbanite pussification. The fuckers in the suburbs that get scared by 1920s camera tricks and paranormal activity. Oh, look, we're barely showing you any fucking thing for an hour and 30 minutes. And then suddenly we're going to jump scare the fuck out of you with a bunch of bullshit. And you're going to be scared because you live on a cul-de-sac and the fucking, if the bread isn't white, if it's wheat bread for your toast, you freak the fuck out. Meanwhile, the rest of the world is like, I saw 9 people fucking die today in my history class. And you're going to show me this and expect me to care. And that's the teenage market. Now, the rest of us, the old farts who love horror and been watching it all our lives, we're going to go see it because we want to see something scary or at least see something interesting.
Yeah.
I like how you never sit on the fucking couch, but you'll back it up behind you to rest against it.
Because my fucking head is fucking... Fuck off, Steven.
That's the reaction I live for.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Bread and butter. There's bread and butter.
And I fucking earn it.
From Snake Plissken, we have Garbage Pail Kids might be the most terrifying film ever made.
I don't. Hey, Victoria, how are you?
Hey, Victoria.
I know.
Hey, Victoria.
No, it's not. It's not. I don't know
Okay,
why
now I gotta come back on. I gotta...
Fucking wizard is the fucking scariest.
Yeah. I'm back. Just for Victoria.
There you go.
Like my glasses.
Like my glasses.
I'm a Beetlejuice reject.
That's what I said, and I was fucking.
I say it proudly because I don't give a fuck.
You should take another shot of Shasta.
This is tea, all right. I
know.
have some.
No, that's not. That's some fucking chemical that they call tea.
No, it's unsweetened green tea.
What I make at home is tea because it's made with tea leaves and hot water.
Whatever.
It's got additives and preservatives in it.
I had to drink tea to fight my cold I had over the weekend.
See, tea is better.
I drink bouillon, like a hot beef,
okay?
Because that actually clears out my sinuses and shit. I don't drink green tea because I don't want to pee that weird fucking color that doesn't come in my crayon box.
Wow.
Guys, I have a question. Well, more advice. I recently reached 150 subs. Should I do some questions first, or should I just leave it?
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Do you feel like you should do something? Because that's what I tell myself. I'll be like, oh, I hit a milestone. Cool.
Do you want to commemorate the milestone?
Yeah, you make a your own milestone.
Do you feel it's a milestone? Something you want to celebrate?
You feel proud of yourself?
Yeah, kind of.
All right.
I'm pretty
proud of a fucking video.
I just don't know what to do to it.
Do a stream. That's what I do.
Do a stream and
I know what turns up.
You're gonna do a stream.
Yeah, I do that all the time. Don't worry about it.
Marty,
make it
Marty should join us.
Yeah,
We've all hit milestones. We're gonna do a stream together. Marty, do you want to join us?
Together, yeah, celebrating our milestones.
Celebrate your milestone.
Oh, Queenie says, yeah. Says, yay, Queenie, heart. They are so perfect. Talking about your glasses.
Thank you. I feel fabulous right now because before wearing the glasses, I felt like shit. So they're giving me fake confidence.
Yeah, because that doesn't crash and burn, does it?
Nope, not at all. I'm not going to feel like crap later at all.
Don't do it to me about 5 minutes from now.
Yeah. Well, my good dear friends, I'm going to have to call it because I have to work.
Dang it!
Oh, beautiful.
I have to.
Yeah. I have work.
Yeah, you know that thing you have to do when you have to get up early in the morning and go to some place. You have to deal with dumb users.
Yeah, and I call that every day. Every
That's
damn
life.
day.
You know those people that don't have common sense.
I deal with those every goddamn day.
So do I.
Some of them show up to my live streams and tell me I suck, and yet they still watch for 3 hours.
Yeah,
Which
yeah,
I'm
that
like,
was weird.
Why?
It's the Howard Stern effect.
You always stir the pot, Steven. Like sometimes I'm sitting there in the chat, like I'm just like, wow, is this happening?
I was sitting there with Bearded Slasher talking about guitars, and this fucker shows up and starts babbling.
Well, a troll? A natural troll?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Several. I mean, that was the Dice showed up because Dice shows up every once in a while. And Dice was in the chat, and I made everybody a mod because it's a new channel.
Mm-hmm.
And Dice was like, made it the mission of the night to ban this fuck every time he showed up with a sock puppet account.
Yeah.
Kept showing up with these shitty accounts.
I was there for that.
Like, fuck Dice, eat shit Dice. Fuck Steven. Steven, you don't know anything. I was like, I can't even read the rest of your fucking name, you moron. Everything's in lowercase letters because they're trying to crank them out quick to come back and fuck with me. And Dice is like,
what?
Every fucking time.
Shame it wasn't there because I have a quip in mind that might have been good.
Oh man, that's sad.
What the fuck are you lacking in your life that you have to fucking jump onto someone else's stream?
My thing with trolls is this: is that their lives are so meaningless and so worthless, and the only enjoyment they get out of life is fucking with anybody else. That's the only enjoyment they get. Because obviously they don't have the ability to confront anybody face to face, so they hide behind their computer screens and just mess with everybody else because they get some type of enjoyment out of doing that. That's my opinion of a troll.
It's a fucking sad, shitty existence.
It is, but there are people that live that shit. There are people that live that shit because they don't know how to fulfill their lives. They don't know how to chase their dreams. They don't know how to do any fucking thing. Except be hateful.
They've got nothing going in their life. They can't give hate to everybody, so they go online and give it to random people because they know there's not going to be any backlash.
I mean, I give hate, but no one cares. They laugh at it most of the time.
Just like I say
Steve, it's affectionate. There's passion behind it.
Passion and affection. No, I'm dead inside. But
if you were a Care Bear, it would be just undiluted hate coming out of your chest.
How can I be a Care Bear when I don't care? That's the direct antithesis of the fucking concept.
You're a nihilist bear. So you're a nihilist bear.
All right, what picture would be on my tummy as nihilist bear?
Just someone going, who gives a fuck?
Hole.
You know what
it'll have lightning bolts.
Black hole.
It'll be lightning bolts with a black hole in it.
With like a teardrop.
All right, Queenie, that's your next assignment. Make nihilist bear.
I'm not like an artist on hire. Jeez.
No, I'm broke. I can't fucking pay anybody anything. I'm barely paying attention.
Yeah. Well, my good friends, I thank you very much for coming on to my channel. Once again, very, very happy to have all y'all guys with me again.
Thank you for tolerating the train wreck that is me.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Grandpa Horror.
I always love coming on your streams, man. Thanks for having me.
Not a problem, Stephen. All right. Anybody got anything planned coming up?
You didn't mention the grits.
Oh, I had grits.
We went all this time. All this time, you didn't say anything about the grits.
We didn't mention anything about the oatmeal.
No. But we did talk about shit.
Yeah, we talk about that disgusting food you made. Your father let you sit and fart in front of you.
Well, at least he didn't make me eat oatmeal.
Yes, that's good.
You shit in a bowl and you feed it to me. And then my father would fart on me with his bratwurst and onion farts. It was disgusting. But he never whipped me. He never spanked me. And that was my punishment, to smell the dead that came out of his ass. He was horrible.
I'd rather have the spanking.
I'd rather you beat me than to fight on me, father.
Yes. I'd rather eat the shitty oatmeal.
And
No,
due
it
to
means
this
it's not.
strange training, both these people are now able to track a person half a mile away just by their fart.
Yep.
That's true.
Sean Urshan says, and they usually don't work, so have a lot of time on their hands. Talking about trolls from earlier. And then he says, good night, Monty.
Troll.
This is when everybody starts fucking off.
Yeah, just to let y'all guys know, I will have a review up of Bourne. It's an Australian horror film up maybe by tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, look forward to that.
Well, I put up a tag video compilation of all the tag videos I fucking made, Sean, and it's over an hour, and I want you all to watch that so I can get an hour of watch time. And I also want you to watch it so you know how I feel when I look at my subscription feed and see all these fucking tag videos.
God damn it, another tag video.
And I want you to watch it. I want you to watch it, Sean, because I want you to know how it fucking feels to deal with this bullshit you keep spouting out. Besides, like two of them are yours anyway. Maybe three of them.
Bitter bitch.
All right. Marty, you got anything coming up?
I'm definitely going to live stream the Predator movies on the lead up to the new movie. And I might go over a bit more of the comics and stuff.
Okay.
So that's something. And I also want to do a review of a 70s sci-fi horror movie called The Demon Seed. So just
Demon Seed.
I remember.
I think I've seen that too.
I remember.
I have.
I think I've seen it. All right, we'll watch it. All right, what about you, Deegan?
Deegan, what are you doing, man?
Yeah.
I've got to trim down and reshoot some parts of the video that I want to upload because at the moment it's 50 minutes long.
Oop.
Yeah, I'm trying to cut it down.
You know what? Leave it up at 50 minutes. Fuck it. I mean, with your internet, it'll take 9 years for it to upload.
Yeah.
But leave it at 50 minutes. Fuck it. Don't edit for these people.
Oh no, I need to edit it down because
No, you don't.
I realised that we
Don't
can add
fuck
something.
them. Fuck them. They don't pay for shit.
Oh no, I want to
They
add
don't
something.
pay for professionalism. They don't pay for quality. They don't pay shit. I know. I've got to PayPal me, and I very rarely get a donation.
Oh, the quality isn't going to be there, but I want to get the information right. And I realised after I filmed
Did you fuck
everything,
up? Okay.
that there's a
You
bit
have,
of
you
information
have your own
missing.
standards, you know?
Okay.
You have your own
You know
standards.
what? You know what? You can make that
There's
video
nothing wrong
and
with
then make a correction video later, and that'll get views.
Yeah,
I've already got the next video planned, which is Pazuzu vs Pazuzu. Pazuzu, the myth versus Pazuzu from The Exorcist.
Oh,
Yes, and that's why we never knew that demon's name. Because if we did, Father Merrick would crack the fuck up.
Oh yeah.
Pazuzu, I'm fighting a Pazuzu.
Pazuzu.
Will you show up as David Leisure and be Joe Pazuzu?
Oh, Monty, I meant to ask before you go. Are you giving up on The Walking Dead, or are you going to watch the next season?
I'm going to still continue doing The Walking Dead, and I'm going to also redo my recaps of The Walking Dead when it premieres in September.
They're
October.
they're definitely introducing the Whisperers in this season.
Yeah, I heard.
If
Yeah,
I'm not mistaken,
Oh, they have to. They have to. They've
yeah,
reached that
yeah. They also already cast Alpha. I think Samantha Morton's going to play her.
Mattis, I think, yeah.
Yeah, she's going to play Alpha. So yeah, we're definitely going to get the Whispers this season. My dear Queenie.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, darling.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What have you got planned?
Plans.
Got to sell,
Plans.
promote.
Yeah, plans. Yes.
Okay.
The evil plans.
Promote, God damn it, make that money.
Fine. So I finished a Vincent Price tag, which was made by Dino at the Late Late Horror Show, and he really appreciated my answer to things. I got to talk about Hilarious House of Frightenstein, which rarely ever happens. So,
well,
because it's like a Canadian production,
kind of natural because that was a Canadian-only television production. We got
it
like
was
of it down
it
here.
was filmed in Hamilton.
I was trying to I was racking my brains up. Why have I not heard that TV show before?
Canadian.
It stayed buried in Canada, just like you can't do that on television did until Nickelodeon imported it.
Yeah, no, and then I realized, oh, it's a Canadian. No wonder I never heard about it.
Oh, you know what I should do? I should marathon my, because I've got like a copy of Hilarious House of Frightenstein is what it's called.
Yeah.
And I have a copy of it. Maybe I should do like a rabbit and I could just like play that for you guys.
Yeah, that'll work.
Do it.
We could do like a rabbit showing. We'll just like marathon some of it. It is
have
ridiculous.
to find my rabbit password.
We've got an Ivan in the chat throwing a little tiff saying, "Talk to me, mofos."
Oh, Ivan.
We're gonna go now.
Ivan, we're about to go.
We're about to go, Ivan.
You are fucking
Oh, I
late.
also have a giveaway coming up, so I'm gonna post that video in the next couple days about the giveaway. So, I'm celebrating my 500 subs.
Yes, I'm celebrating 600.
Yeah, and then we're gonna do a stream later. Are you gonna join us, Marty? You gonna join us?
Let me know when it's on, and I'll jump on.
I think we decided Friday, right?
Yeah, probably gonna be Friday.
Yeah, we're gonna do it on his stream.
Wow, I'm free Friday.
There you go.
Okay.
The stars have lined up. The moon is in the 8th house of Wary.
Come hang out with us, guys.
Yes.
We can now summon the new
I will
Duckula.
be there, and I'll have my face on.
Right.
Excellent.
All right, people in the chat, thank you very much for coming in, Ivan. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for derping in, ass into too late, Ivan. But I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. If you want to stream, I'll kick off a fucking night crew if you want to come over.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Ivan, hang out with us.
Yes.
Party for a while.
I'll kick off a night crew if you want. If you want to hang out and shoot shit until you go to
party
bed.
with me, baby.
Yeah, I actually would do a night stream with you, Steven, but I have to get up.
I know.
You have work. You have like a life.
Steve, have you seen the House of Gorgon movie coming out? It's like a Hammer tribute with Carolyn Monroe. I haven't seen it, and this is the first I've heard about it, actually, Sean.
So have I.
So
thanks, Sean.
I may check that out.
Check that out.
Because I love the Gorgons.
Actually, have gone over about that. So we're talking to Carolyn Monroe, and she was giving them a couple of details on the plot. If you're trying to get info on that, if you check out their channel, they have some info on the House of Gorgon, and they interviewed Carolyn Monroe. So cool. If you're trying to get info on that, that's the place to check out.
Because I am a Hammer fan from back in the day, and I love the Gorgon. The Gorgon was actually one of those great one-offs.
Yes.
Well, until now. But it was a great one-off from back in the day.
Yeah.
Ivan says, "Thank you, Stephen, but he's got to be up in 4 hours because it's his mother's birthday."
Well, happy birthday, Ivan's mommy.
Happy birthday to your mother, and fuck you for not showing up.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Ivan's mommy.
Fuck you.
Mommy,
No. That blend, that's clever, but it blends over into his mother. And I don't want to say fuck you to his mother.
No,
I do have
two parts. It just sounds better if I blended them. That's all.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay.
All right, everyone. Winnie, Owl at the Moon. And once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Mizamani G. And always remember, horror rules.
Now fuck off and watch something else. We are done.
Thanks, Steven.
Boy, YouTube used to have editing tools.
All right, y'all. I'll see y'all later.
See you later, Monty.
All right. Peace out, people in the chat.
Bye.
Bye, chat.
Goodbye, chat. Goodbye, audience.
Night, John boy.
I was waiting for that. Night, Jim Bob.
Not Jim Bob. We don't. Is there a Jim Bob that lives here? I don't know. Not Grandpa. Fuck off. I'm trying to sleep.
We don't have a Jim Bob. We've got a Bob Jim.
We got a Jimbo. Hey, John Boy, have you met Jimbo?
I'm on the fucking toilet.
I'm taking this shit. Quit talking to me.
Jimbo.
I can't concentrate.
Dumbo, meet Go-Go.
All right. Peace.